Okay, hold on, people. Hold on. Just got to... Okay, there's a lot of problems going on with the technology, but I don't know why. So give me a second here. Just give me a second. So, we're just still getting set up, okay? Give me a second. right, we're getting there. We're almost there. All right. Okay. All right. So, before I kind of get into the show, I'm just going to make a little astrodoodle. Greetings. Hello, Starzy. Hello, Path. And there was also Tina is here, and Stars the Limit is here. Greetings. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. So, we're doing this at Sunday Night Live. In the United States, it is Sunday evening, 15th of March, 2020. And we are in monumental times, as you know, and as written, as you know here already, okay? We've done all this before, okay? I'm not going to talk about it just at this moment. But I do like to say, I told you so. So anyway, I'm going to make a little astrodoodle for this moment in time, while people are hopefully getting their notifications and checking in. All right. So this is going to be your typical westernized, simplified astrology chart wheel, just to get things in perspective. And I just wanted to note a few things. Hey Gabby girl, I see you. Hello to Chicago. Greetings, greetings. And while people are still getting their, hopefully getting their notifications and checking in, I wanted to make this astrodoodle here. So give me a second. Bear with me. Chat amongst yourselves. Say hello to each other as we check in. And we will do this. So right now, the way the planets are looking, the moon is over here in Sagittarius, and it's going to be in Capricorn very, very soon. So what I'm going to do is mark this out for Capricorn. Okay? So we're going to have a super freaking monster cluster. And they call it a stellium, where we have Saturn. We have Pluto. We have Jupiter. Oh, I misspelled it. Hold on. Jupiter. We have Mars. And any minute now, we're going to have the moon. I mean, that's just an insane, crazy stellium. It's just out of the control, totally over the top stellium. Okay, Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, Mars, and the moon. Can you imagine that? I mean, that is just the most lopsided, crazy, out of this control stellium ever in history. Okay, it kind of looks like that. Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, Mars, and moon, all piled up over here. It's staggering. from my perspective as an amateur wannabe astrologer, this is historical. This is staggering, okay? I'm going to mark the date in there as 16th March. Because for some of you folks across the other side of the planet, it's already the 16th of March, 2020. And you're going to start getting hints of the moon in Capricorn over here. All right, look at this. This is insane. This is absolutely out of control. Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, Mars, and Moon, all up here in Capricorn. This, from my perspective, this is almost like more powerful than some of the eclipses that we've been having. This is a monumental time in history. I look at this as the global reality check police making themselves known across the world. Basically, you can't avoid it. Everywhere on the whole planet is now under the heavy arm of Saturn and Pluto, Jupiter and Mars and Moon, all in Capricorn, doing their massive global reality check. Okay? So there's no escape. There's no point. You can't hide. Oh, Path is letting us know that she's going to be very quiet tonight. Okay. Shh, 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 shh. Let's just check in. Quietly stay there. Hold on. Hold on. Stay there, everybody. Don't go away. Just want to say hello. Hello to Path. Let's have a look. Hello, Path. Okay, just take it easy. Stay there. Chillax. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything is fine. Everything is exactly as it should be. And why? And how is that so? It's because it can't be any other way. That's just how it is. Things are the way they are. The planets are the way they are. They're doing what they do. People are doing what they do. The tides are doing what they do. Animals are doing what they do. That's just how it is. All sun, no notifications. Yes, welcome to the new YouTube. So just for a reference point, like if you've got a really like a super activated YouTube channel and the YouTube algorithm is supporting you, you're getting 30, 60, 80% notifications anytime you put something out there. That is a staggering number. It didn't used to be that way. Everything used to be flatlined at about 10%. Everybody gets 10% notifications depending on your number of subscribers. Well, Terra Lumination is on the other side of the equation. We're getting about 1%, okay? It's like this. And so basically, it's shocking and amazing and beautiful that anyone is getting any notifications at all. But this is how the new YouTube works. So there you go. I love you too. Did you hear that one? I love YouTube too. That's what I meant to say. I love YouTube too, because we can't do this without YouTube, okay? Yes, all Sunday, humans are doing what they do, okay? We are scavenging, panic buying, hoarding, and all that. I'm sure you've seen it in your neighborhood. If you are somewhere in America, the chances are you cannot escape knowing what is happening right now. I don't really watch the news until very, very recently when I realized that I have to. Most of it's because I'm really enjoying validation, seeing validation for my little book. And the global unraveling, the global restructuring. I see it personally as World War III. Don't quote me, of course. I'm not a historian. We're not actually writing history at this moment in time. We're actually living it. So don't quiet me. Their tube. It's not my tube. It's not YouTube. It's not your tube. It's their tube. They don't give a about the channels anymore unless the channels are earning money for YouTube. That's how it works now. And it didn't used to be that way. You could have a channel for the sake of having a channel. And you could generate revenue for YouTube. You could generate advertising revenue for yourself. But that's not enough anymore. No. You have to comply. You have to comply with the big algorithm. Mr. Algorithm. If you don't comply with the algorithm, what's the point in you being here? You're just taking up space. Who are you, anyway? Who do you think you are? What do you think you're doing? Why do you think you're so important? Next. Who are you? Oh, yeah, you'll do. You're okay. Who are you? Now you could work for us. Remember. So it doesn't. It used to be this beautiful egalitarian environment, but basically now, if you're running a YouTube channel successfully, you're working for YouTube. You're not working with YouTube. You're working for YouTube. Yeah. So I'm sure all of you have already seen it wherever you are, whatever your neighborhoods. A lot of the shelves in the grocery stores are bare, but that's normal. It's like, that's what we do. This is what we do in times like this. This is what people do in wartime. We are behaving, human beings are behaving just the way that we do in wartime. It's perfectly normal. I'm not freaking out because this is perfectly normal. I've done my little scavenging and foraging. I have collected bits of toilet paper and things like that. I have extra cans of soup. I'm fine. I'm very happy. I'm one of the very, very lucky ones. I'm used to living a life in a very, very hyper-compressed little tiny environment where I don't have to go outdoors. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have a proper day job. Nobody would hire me. And I'm supported by the will of heaven, basically. So I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm very, very lucky. I'm a very, very lucky man. Okay, so let's just get that out there. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Lumination. Sunday Night Live. We're still here. It's amazing. We're actually still going. It's mind-boggling to me that we even have a channel at all anymore. YouTube is basically scrubbing at least 100 subscribers per month from the channel indiscriminately, just because it wants to, just because it can. It's like I don't even know what the word is. Imposed attrition or something like that. Something like it's like. I'm not asking for it. I do everything that you're supposed to do for a healthy channel, but it actually works in the other direction. Aw. Am I moaning and groaning again? I'm so sorry. Hey, BB. Hello, BB. BB, are you a newbie? BB, I have never seen you here before. I swear I have never seen you here before. So please tell us, BB, are you a newbie? Are you a newbie, BB? BB, tell us, are you a newbie, BB? Okay, that's enough of that joke. It's getting old already. Okay, Gabby Girl, let's quote Gabby Girl here. Everyone is all about the money. That is why we still have this incompetent person in the White House. It is not working out so well anymore, though. What people will do for money. Yes, it is sad. Money, money, money. I wish I was allowed to play that to have a song, but they would shut down my channel, so I don't. BB, you love the channel and you are a newbie. BB is a newbie. Hello, BB. BB, tell us about yourself. Everybody, please welcome BB. BB is a newbie. So BB, tell us about yourself. Where are you? Are you in North America? Are you in Europe? Are you in, I don't know, Canada? Are you in Australia? Are you, where are you? Where are you? Come on. Come on. It's showtime. It's showtime. This is what we do here. Come on. Like Sunday Night Live. BB, you are live. This is your moment. Come on. Come on. And if you've seen this before, but you've never actually participated, then you'll know why. You'll know why. Oh, you're just... Now that was actually funny. That's actually really funny. Social distancing. Whoa. You are a highly advanced being. The fact that you even know about this concept of social distancing. You're in Michigan. Okay. Well, from the Lumination perspective, it's a very, very, very old saying. It's probably like from the medieval times or from the early American farming settlers times, in the 1800s, something like that. Good fences make good neighbors. Guess what? It's true. Well, it's my baby, and that's just my personal subjective truth. That's my opinion. My personal opinion is that good fences make good neighbors. Watch what happens when you have sloppy borders, sloppy fences, sloppy boundaries. Look what happens to planet Earth. Look what happens to relationships. Look what happens to people. Olson always keeps social distance. Now that's actually good healthcare practice. Good for you. Good for you. So this is traditionally Sunday Night Live. We've been doing this for a few years now. It's been very sporadic recently because of all the chaos inside of YouTube, and then the personal life of Lumination kind of imploding. When I realized that the channel was imploding, I took it very personally. I had a huge breakdown. I had a health breakdown, and now I'm recovering. 3.5, 4 months later, I'm kind of getting back alive again and fluid. I'm trying not to take it personally, so we're just carrying on where we left off and trying to figure out what to do next. Nikki's here. Nikki is here. There's no point in hiding anybody. Nikki's here. Nikki's a professional psychic medium, so don't even try, okay? If you're here, you're here. BB, again, welcome. Welcome from Michigan. This is Lumination Sunday Night Live. Now, normally what I do here is we host this kind of SuperChat mini readings thing where people who are very, very sensitive or confused or just curious about the great beyond, about connecting with spirit, about having an evolutionary epiphany. You can actually do that here on this channel, and you can do it live. Yes, you can do it live by doing the super chat. There's a button down there in case you're not used to it. I know most of you have done all this before already, but there is a little button just underneath where you type, and it has a good old-fashioned American dollar sign marked into it. You click that, and that opens up the super chat. So anybody who wants a reading, click that button, put in your $9.99 super chat, and you're good to go. BB is saying, oh, let's have a look. What's BB notes here? It says, I have never watched the live. I always miss it. Oh, well, now you're here. Welcome. But I've watched your videos. Well, you loved the video I did the other night about the Corona-19. Yes, okay. Honestly, BB, I've hardly been doing any videos anymore because I can't sustain it. I can't do what I used to do 5 months ago. 5 months ago, I was doing like the monthly reports, love and relationship, spiritual evolution, all just personal lives, for all the 12 signs. I'd have like 12 or 24 videos per month. I can't do it anymore. It's not sustainable. YouTube is basically crushed that opportunity for me because of the way the algorithm works for this channel now. So the only thing I do now is like, it's like I do these super chat shows. That's it. Okay, I'm sorry, but I gotta make this work somehow. Okay. I do what I can. Let's have a look. Okay. Let me get back to the astrodoodle. Stay there a second. Okay, don't go away. Tina Miller is saying, oh, it's back to pay attention. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to go back to the stage for a second. Okay, so what I was trying to go on about over here, I'm going to put a big red alert under all of this stuff. Because this is, I think, to me, it's not a coincidence of what's happening right now, on planet Earth, because we've got all these planets up here: Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, Mars, and Moon, all aligning in a big monster cluster stellium over here in Capricorn. And the way I personally look at this is a massive global reality check. It is a huge wake-up call. In other words, this is what happens with humanity when you behave the way that you do. This is it. It's perfectly normal. In other words, this is nothing bad. This is nothing good. This is just what happens. And what happens is you get a freaking virus because of the way we treat each other and behave with each other and interact with each other. And then it turns into this big problem, which triggers mostly what I would call World War III. When I see Mars conjoining Pluto in a few days, I see that as war. I see this as virtual warfare, and I see what's happening is humanity is behaving across the whole planet, the whole of planet Earth, in ways that we have never, ever done before. We are behaving, humanity is behaving as if the whole of humanity is at war now. Okay? So in other words, like when there was World War II or World War I, the same kind of behavior happened in Europe, okay? And parts of Asia and so on, where, whole societies were shut down. There were complete losses, devastating losses in life and economic implosions, okay? It's exactly the same thing, but the thing is, the war is not happening in terms of like human slaughter of each other by each other. It's war of like the viruses that we have like incurred into our body, into our systems, that is making it like a war here. Oh, I see William. Good evening, William. It's snowing. Wow. Also, Gabby's saying, well, people have much more anger now, and also there's a lot more people now. At the times of World War II, there was only about like 2 or 3 billion people on the planet. At the time of World War I, there's only about 1.5 billion people on the planet. Today, here at 2020, we have about 7.4 billion people on the planet. So that is a lot of people getting angry, getting sick, going to war. And a lot of the warfare is happening in the financial markets, okay? Think of Capricorn, think of business, think of markets, think of governments, think of banks, think of politicians, think of leaders and what they're doing and how they're conducting this war. And the warfare is happening in business, okay? And that business affects whole economies. Whole countries are in lockdown right now. Whole countries. That means whole economies. Right now it's Italy, but it's also turning into France and Spain. And England is getting close to a major shutdown. Germany is very close to a major shutdown. The United States is getting closer and closer to a lockdown. New Zealand is in a lockdown. China is in a lockdown, okay? Okay. Hold on, we got some good news here. Let's go back. Hold on. Despite the crazy markets and the chaos in the world right now, guess what? Tina Miller has had a chance to show her house today. Show house, selling, that means good stuff. Actually, William, I'm glad it's snowing for you up there. Snow translates into moisture, water, richness in the land. And I see the most of the United States West Coast as desperately in need of water. It's coming to you in the form of snow, but that will eventually turn into water. I know we need it here. We just had 2 very long days of soaking rain. It's fantastic. All right, let's see who's out there now. Tina, Gabby, William. Hi, William. I hope you're getting well. I hope you're staying well. Gabby over there in Chicago. Nikki over there on the East Coast. BB's in Michigan. Gabby girl. Oh, yes, I owe you a... Thank you, Gabby girl. Got it. Hey, you know what? It's time to start marking up some Post-it notes. Good point. Thank you, Gabby. Stay right there. Let me grab some Post-it notes. Here we go. Just like that, just like magic, there they are. Gabby girl is getting a reading. Because I owe Gabby girl a reading. You're gonna just get one. Hello, Ivona. Now, Gabby girl, you're actually gonna be, this is gonna be a really kind of strange evening, because Gabby girl, you're gonna get a reading because I owe you one. And BB, guess what, BB? If you're willing to hang in and be patient, you're gonna get a reading too, because you're a complete, utter, self-confessed newbie. Watch this. Watch this. You see this blank Post-it note? Dear BB, you see this blank Post-it note? Watch this. You now have your own magic Post-it note. I know, it's amazing. I know. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna get a reading, okay? Okay? What's this? Hey, Tina, what is that? I flipped into a fib tonight. A fib, like a lie? Are you talking? You told a lie? Tina, did you tell a lie to the person who visited your house? This is a highly spiritually evolved channel, people. I'm not sure it's a very healthy thing to do. You know what? Okay, so it's gonna... Anyway, here, let's have a look at this. Gabby girl, you're gonna get a reading, because I owe you one. BB, you're getting a reading. In fact, BB, by the way, I hope you realize this. You're actually gonna be the first one to get a reading tonight. Ho 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 ho. Ho ho ho. If we get too many newbies showing up, pretty much every reading tonight's gonna be a freaking freebie. Jeepers, man. I'm supposed to be here, raking in the bucks, cashing in the chill, doing the business. Let me just see what's happening. Okay, I gotta just check over here. Give me a second. Alright, here we go. Alright, BB. Dear BB, I hope you're ready for this. You're gonna get a reading. Okay? Gabby girl, we got you. Thank you for reminding me. Some people would have kind of gone like, oh, I shouldn't tell him, because it's in public. People think I'm big. No. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. You're doing the right thing. All right. So, okay, my chat has got really slow here. It seems to be all jammed up. I was very curious what Tina was saying. I flipped into a fib tonight. For the first time in 10 years or more. Could you please explain that a little more clearly? I'm very curious. Hello, Ivona. I don't know if I said hello properly, but hello, Ivona. I hope everything's okay with the pets. I know, And same for Path. You don't have to say anything, Path. I'm just saying hello to the guys. Hi, guys. Hi, Falcon. Hi, Scamp. Arf! Alright, so, here we go. Let me, give me a second here, because there's something very, very important that I want to do next. I can't really do the show without it. Some of you have figured out what it is already. So I am just going to take a moment here. Stay there. Don't go away. All right. It involves a beverage. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get a different beverage. Stay there. Oh, man. Just have to do this properly. By the way, you know, with all the new laws and the federal laws surrounding YouTube and how they've changed, I've already done all my compliance. I've already done all my compliance with YouTube, and I had to declare by law that none of these videos are made for people under the age of 18. And so it's no point in me trying to pretend this is anything else than what it is anymore. Because it used to be, like a few months ago, like 5 months ago, before all the YouTube laws changed, I was very, very careful. But now it kind of doesn't matter, you know? This is red wine, people. I might as well just admit it. I'm just going to admit it. It is red wine. Now, I want to do a couple more things on my astrodoodles here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Tina. Oh, hold on. Tina's got a question here. This is serious. Oh, that's a serious question. That's a very serious question. All right, let's have a look. I'm going to give Tina her own. Hold on. First of all, let's do this properly. Let's just check in properly. Have you all done your yoga today? Have you all done your breath work today? Have you had all your self-healing practices done today? Have you taken time out for yourself today? Have you had a nap today? Have you done your homework today? Have you bought your toilet paper today? Do you have your canned goods today? I hope so. Whoa! Look at the notes there from Ivona. It says, Ivona is probably all very cozy right now. It's very late at night for Ivona. Titko is okay. It's amazing. Honestly, Ivona, it's amazing that Titko is still going. It's amazing. Go Titko! Go Titko! Go Titko! And one of the outdoor cats had 4 kittens. That's very cute. That's very adorable. BB, it says here, I'd love a reading. What do I need to do? Well, you're here. You're going to get a reading. You're going to get a reading because you now are an honorary member. Well, not honorary. You're kind of like a, you know, you're one of us now, okay? This is the Terra Lumination Love Tribe. I'm very scared about saying the Love Tribe anymore because that's one of the big reasons why this channel was shut down and attacked so many times in 2018. Because they thought I was setting up a cult. Some heavy-duty right-wing evangelists accused this channel of setting up a cult. They thought I was doing kind of a Bikram yoga thing where you basically go and do very, very nasty things to women and take all their money, and you present it all as a highly legitimate yoga training school. I don't do that. I'm not one of those people. I've had my whole, time and like mini career in the yoga world. I don't do it anymore. It's really helped me a lot, but I just don't practice that anymore in the way that I do. I have my own self-healing stuff that I do. One day I'm hoping to share it, by the way. Oh, I just had something. Here's a bit of news. I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but remember how we used to do like First Fridays? The first Friday of the month, and all the Patreon, YouTube, Terra Lumination members would come in, and we would do this like really like weird type of healing stuff. Well, guess what? I still do that, and it's not weird. To me, that's normal. It just doesn't look like anything else that most people do when it comes to self-healing. But I know there's a girl here who used to watch the channel, and she's like a very advanced yoga teacher, and she used to write to me like, how are we have to teach this to the world, Terra Lumination. You have to tell the world about what you do and how you do it. Because it works. It's really, really good. I'm a really advanced yoga teacher, and I know. I can tell. Well, anyway, fast forward, 9 months later, here we are today. I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and I was telling her, like, well, what am I supposed to do now? I've got this self-healing stuff that I do, but I don't know how I'm supposed to share it with the world. I don't feel like one of those academics, and I have to write a really serious book. I don't feel like I'm a yoga model or anything like that. I don't have any, like, awesome skills at, whipping up huge crowds and then sucking their credit cards dry. I don't really do that. So she said, I said, the only thing I could really do is make little home videos and put them out there, and maybe, put them on one of those teachable school places, or maybe make like 10 videos. But I said, I don't have a videographer. I'm just running this channel on my own. And then she said, well, I will be your videographer. I will take your videos for you. I can do that. And so I thought, whoa, I never thought about it. I've never thought about it. So I might actually do it. I might actually find a way to present this Terra Lumination self-healing modality as an actual practice, like maybe I'll turn myself into a big guru or something. Well, gurus are out of date now. It's not cool anymore. It's just, we're all here to help each other now. Here we go. Welcome. Thank you, Tina. I've got it. I'm going to make your post-it note right now, I promise. And BB is going to BRB. She's setting up the Apple account. Oh, that sounds like she's going to put money into the vault. Cheers. But no, BB, I just want to let you know, you're going to get your reading. It's on the house because you're going to get hazed. This is how we start the show. Anytime we have the opportunity, we find a newbie and then we haze them by making sure that they are the first person who gets a reading on the show, live. Da, da, da. All right, so I'm going to go set up the stage now. I got to make Tina's post-it note, then I'm going to set up the stage so we can actually get to work, people, because this is a job. This is my day job. Okay. All right, so. All right, so we've got Tina. Let's have a look. Tina's over here. And she's got the questions about selling her house quickly. Obviously, you're concerned. I understand your concern. Like, you've already grown out of your house. You've hardly been there, but it's already time for you to move on. And so you got to sell it to move on. So let's put that over here. You're going to get one. All right, let's have a look. Thank you, Gabby. You saved me. You saved me. It is a polite hazing. It's a very, very nice hazing. Before I get, hold on, let me, I'm just going to put these over here for a second. I hope you don't mind. I'll make everything look nice again in just a moment. Stay right there. I have to finish with the Astro Doodle. So, look, here we are. Okay, 16th of March, 2020. Well, it's the 15th over here in America. But the Capricorn moon is coming very, very, very soon. And when I saw this in the charts about a week or 10 days ago, I thought this is going to be a very significant moment in time. So guess what this means? 16th of March 2020. Guess what that is? Guess what that is, okay? Just have a wild guess. Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you. 16th of March 2020 in the United States is the opening bell for Wall Street. Okay, the big money traders, the big financial casino. where they play with your money. They win money, they lose money, and it's your money that they play with, and then they take the profits and give back the leftovers. Okay? So that's kind of how it works. Sorry, but, you know, it's great when it works. It sucks when it doesn't work. And right now, we are being exposed to how ugly it is in the global markets when you ignore the realities. When you ignore reality and you feel as though, oh, you know, I'm the Federal Reserve. I can just print my way out of this. I'm the Federal Reserve, for God's sake. I'm God. You know, that's how they operate. And so we started it here in America. We are the experts of printing money to infinity and creating life-crushing inflation. And then China copied it, and then Europe copied it, and now everybody does it because that's the only game in town anymore. The thing is, you can't play that game forever because eventually everything explodes. It goes pop. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, it's going to be very interesting. Next week and up to the 24th and the week after, I won't be able to resist. I'm going to be checking on my phone for little snippets of news about Wall Street and the global financial markets, because I feel as though we haven't even reached the point of like the bottom yet. I think I don't want to give away too much stuff. I just want to observe. I'm going to observe. My personal feeling, my personal opinion is that we have not seen the bottom yet. And as bad as things are, I think it's going to go this way. And that's going to be very painful for a lot of people, millions of people. Not just a few bankers, not just a few brokers, not just a few 401k trading programs or anything, but millions and millions and millions of people across the world. Because like it or not, we are all connected today. We weren't like this, 50, 70, 100, 150 years ago. We were not connected in such a way. But today we are all connected. Every currency is contingent upon the health of the other currencies. Okay? And so Wall Street plays to that, to the advantage, because we have like a big seat on the table. But the reality is it's all fiction. So it's going to fall. I personally see it like it's falling apart, and that's kind of why I wrote that book. I'll show it to you again. This is the thing. This is it. Okay? Anyway, so I don't want to talk about that tonight. I just want to mention it. But anyway, it's going to be a very interesting week, because typically what happens, like on a Monday morning on Wall Street, when they open the bells, they open the door, and there's a whole load of bad news over the weekend, the market goes. We'll see what actually happens, though. I don't know. Okay, let's get to work. All right. So I'm just going to put this aside for a moment and get on with the actual show itself. Let's put this over here, this over here, this over here, and put this over here. I'm just going to tuck all this stuff away for now. If we need the coloring pens, we'll come back there, okay? All right, for tonight, we're starting off the show tonight with a few people. We've only got a very small house. We've got Gabby Girl, who's going to get a reading because I owe her one. And we've got Tina. She just bought one. Thank you very much through the amazing SuperChat system. And we're going to talk about Tina's property. Okay. And then we've got BB, who is a complete brand new BBB. And you're going to start the show. Yay. Kind of goes like this. The cameras are freaking out with the colors here. It's really funny. I don't know how to explain it, but I can see it the way the cameras are operating. They're going absolutely berserk with the colors. You know what? How about this? Let me put all this stuff aside so we can clear the screen here, and we're going to just start. Just going to dive right in. Okay. So just like a lot of other people who are feeling the pinch right now, we might be feeling the pinch here tonight. It seems like it's a very tiny crowd, a very small show, and everybody is holding on very tightly to their wallets, and I fully understand. Truly, I understand. But the show will go on. Okay? So brace yourselves. BB, can I ask, have you already got your sanitizers? Have you got your rubber gloves? Have you got your face mask? Have you got your oxygen supplies? Have you got your toilet paper? All these good things that you have to have for just having a tarot illumination reading. Okay, you need to have that stuff on hand. Also, water. Not soda, not Coca-Cola, not energy drinks, not too much of the booze, but mostly just good quality water, okay? Atrial fib. Hold on. I need to go back. I need to go back to stay there. Don't go away, baby. I'm going to come back to you. I want to check in with Tina. Atrial fib, heart. Hold on. Okay, now I get it. Tina Miller was saying, I flipped into a fib tonight for the first time in 10 years or more. Okay, so what's happening is that Tina is saying she had an atrial fibrillation in the heart. Okay? So that's when your heart kind of goes, and it's usually triggered by fear or stress or some kind of overwhelming energy that affects the heart. Okay? I'm sorry, Tina. It's not the end of the world. A fibrillation, I would see it as a wake-up call. It's a message that you're at these. You're probably carrying more stress than you know. I know about these things, Tina. I'm not a doctor, but I know what it's like to collapse in the middle of a street because of stress on the heart, from heartache, from shock, from abuse, whatever it is. So I understand if you're having an atrial fibrillation, and because if you've been through some very intense things in the last year or so, and then that trip recently, and now back to Hemis Springs, some people just carry on as if everything's fine, but in fact, what they're doing is they're holding huge amounts of stress very, very deep inside. And when you get it, my personal feeling is that when you get an atrial fibrillation, it's your heart telling you that, dear Tina, there's only so much I can handle. I am the heart center of you, and I'm doing the best I can to keep you going, but there's only so much I can take. Please, Tina, if there's any way you can offload some of the stress, I'd like you to do that now, and I'm sending you a message, okay? Okay, so, Tina, you know what? Without trying to scare you, hold on. Hey, BB, just hang in for a second. I know what that is, Tina. I know exactly what that is because I've been hospitalized for that stuff myself. And I didn't ever get any medications because I knew deep down inside what was happening to me. I was scared out of my box because of certain things happening in my life. People dying, catastrophic economic things in my life, all that kind of stuff. And my heart just went berserk. And it showed up while I was in the hospital for another condition, and all those little, those things that they plug you into, and you're always connected to these things, and they're checking you, and then it's connected to an alarm. Anyway, the alarms went off. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! And so a whole pile of nurses came in, and they checked me out, and they gave me some injections, and everything was kind of fine again. But they told me after it was exactly from what you had just there. Okay? I don't actually have any heart problems, but the reality is one of the reasons I was in hospital was because of this extreme stress, let alone the physical things. So I understand it. It's a perfectly normal thing. And the way I look at it today, it is your heart talking to you. Your heart is talking to you, and you feel it, and it kind of flutters, and your heart tells you, hey, Tina, I am the heart center of you. Without me, there's nothing, okay? So I'm hoping you hear this message, and whatever you have to do to lower the stress levels in your life, please get on with that. Okay? There's only so much I can do, but please do whatever you have to do. Downsize, whatever. But I am the heart of you, and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't like being that way. That's not normal. Okay? Anyway. Personally, Tina, I see it all as stress. I've had so many freaking health issues in my life. And if I really am honest, I think they all lead back to stress. Different types of stress, but stress. Desiree Jones. Yes, there is a huge long lag. Yeah, you had a long lag between your 10-year gap. I'm seeing a long lag in the chat. There's a different lag, but it is a lag. Okay, so let me get back to BB. I'm going to go back to BB so we can actually do this, okay? All right, thank you for sharing, Tina. You're going to be fine. Tina, just know this. You're going to be fine. You're going to find ways to basically disperse and start to trim back and gently remove stressors in your life, stress elements, whether it could be people, locations, commitments, obligations. My feeling is that it's an ideal time to downsize, an incredibly good time to downsize and find out just, the essentials in life, the things that really, really count, okay? Ivona, I have no idea about square breathing. I think it might be one like in, hold, out, hold. In, hold, out, hold. Something like that. Is that square breathing? So in other words, you create a pattern. In, hold, out, hold. In, hold, out, hold. Is that square breathing? Please let us know, Ivona. Thank you. All right, BB. We're going to get you rolling. I'm going to keep it very simple. Super, super simple. BB, typically what I do with something like this, I go completely blind. Okay? You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to use the Tarot Lumination situational spread. It's the very same spread that I use in Washington, D.C. in the White House. Because as you know, Tarot Lumination has a direct link to the Situation Room over at the White House. And like when things get really, really tricky, they just give me a call and I'm right there. And we do this. I use the Tarot Lumination situational spread. And the president says, hey, TL, how are we going to deal with this? What do I got to do? Tell me what to do. So that's how it works here at Tarot Lumination. It's the very same thing. You, BB, you're getting exactly the same spread that we use in the Situation Room at the White House. So there, I've told that joke many times. It's not really a joke anymore. It's actually turning into an urban legend. And eventually the urban legends become truth. If you say them long enough. Eventually people start to believe, wow, that's true. It's absolutely true. Have you heard about that? Tarot Illumination has a direct link with the Situation Room in the White House. And someone else says, oh yeah, I heard that. I know that. Yeah, I know. Big deal. So what? So BB, we've got a couple of minutes here. We're going to shuffle for a moment. But if you want, if you have a pressing issue regarding the matter of ... please help yourself to write it on the screen, preferably one word. In other words, like health, family, lover, child, finance, career, home, location, spiritual evolution, whatever it is, some kind of thing. If you've got one word and you want to put it in before we actually do your reading, fine. Go ahead and do that, okay? And otherwise, I'll just go completely wild for you, and whatever comes up is what comes up. Thank you for explaining, Abona. Hello, Desiree. Desiree Jones. Desiree Jones, let me ask you, have you ever been here before? Have you ever been here before, Desiree Jones? I don't know. I don't remember the name. I don't know. You know, it's only a very small crowd that we have here. This is a Terra Lumination Love Tribe. We just like to hang out together, do what we do. So, Desiree, are you one of the complete utter newbies and you finally decided that this is your day when you decide to show up and introduce yourself to the show? I have a feeling... Give me a second here. I'm still shuffling. Stay there, BB. The chat is extremely delayed tonight. I'm not sure why. It's probably because it's Sunday night in the United States and because everyone is stuck at home, everyone is in quarantine, everybody is online. They're on their internets, they're on their phones, they're on their Netflix, on their computers, and it's just sucking up all the bandwidth. That's what I'm thinking, okay? That's what I'm thinking. Alright, BB, I don't see anything here. I don't see anything on the screen, so I'm just going to freaking go for it. I hope you don't mind. Now, if we get into the reading and then all of a sudden one of your keywords pops up, it has to be a single keyword, preferably just one keyword, then we will reinterpret. But otherwise, I'm just going to go for it now. Alright? Let's everybody take a big square breath. Okay, in through the nose. I'm going to do it properly. Hold on. I can't help. I can't resist. Ivona, thank you very much. Okay, everybody, we're going to do this. Oh, it looks like I have an earring. See that? Over there. I don't actually have an earring, but now it looks like I have an earring. I don't actually have one. Anyway, everybody, here we go. In through the nose, breathe. Hold. Out through the nose. Well, out through the mouth. Hold. 1, 2, 4. So that's square breathing. Let's do it. Let's keep it really, really simple. Watch. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. So, without all the chat, without me going like blah, 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 it sounds more like this. And so on. And the funny thing is, there's lots of different words for it, and there's books written about it. People have become rich and famous talking about it, but it's really that simple. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Do it in a very controlled manner. What's this, Tina? It says, you are totally stressed out. My mom's here. Her heart problems, elevation too high for her heart. Over 1 hour to hospital. She already fell and hit her head on the multiple blood thinners. Like if you're on multiple blood thinners, my God, no wonder. I mean, you're just going to faint. You're going to black out. Come on. Tina. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Let's get back to this, Tina. If you're all over there with your mom, we'll sort this out. Okay, let's get back to. We'll deal with this in. Let's go to BB now. Let's actually do this thing. Okay, I've been kind of going off on all sorts of tangents, but let's do this. All right, here we go. All right, BB. This is it. We're just gonna go for it. Hello, Topaz. I see you. Topaz, I think you said you had the other day you had Mars conjunct Pluto or something. BB, you're trying to set up your Apple Pay, so you missed everything. Well, I don't know. You don't have BB, you're getting a freebie, BB. You, BB, are getting a freebie, BB. Okay, and so you don't even have to do the super chat. Now, if you want to do the super chat, I don't know if you have to do Apple Pay. You can just press the button, and there's a way you can just put a credit card through or a debit card. I'm pretty certain it's that simple. I don't know, but anyway, here we go. All right, so anyway, BB, we were talking about you while you were away. We were saying all sorts of things. Oh my gosh, the stuff that came up, all the gossip, you wouldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, BB. Now you're going to have to watch the whole show again on the action replay to catch up on all the gossip that was going on behind the scenes while you were away. Yeah. All right, here we go, BB. This is it. Just stay there. Hang on to yourself. Please make sure you've got your tissues. Okay, you've got your toilet paper, you've got your rubber gloves, you've got your sanitizer, you've got your water, you've got your face mask, all of those good things. Make sure you have all of that handy, because this is what you need for a basic tarot illumination reading. Forget about the virus. That's what you just need for a tarot illumination reading. Okay, here we go. Cards are very, very well shuffled. No jumpers, no flyers, no reversals. Bless this deck for the whole evening. Bless every single card here for the whole evening. BB, please invite your invisible friends to come very, very tight, very, 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 very close to you right now, so you feel that you are guided and that you are protected, because you are. Whether you like it or know it or not. Question is, are you willing to accept that? Okay, cards are here. Just stay there, BB. We're going to go totally wild, totally blind. Okay, I'm going to cut it up, and we're using the situational spread, the same spread that I use for the White House. Okay, here we go. Here is the situation. Here is the challenge, and here's how we're going to handle it. And let's have a look at the weather. Now, the weather is very, very extreme right now, BB, in terms of the astrological weather. We're looking at a massive Capricorn stellium pileup. It's a massive tsunami of Capricorn energy, okay? And it's happening for the whole planet, not just you, okay? Thank you, Gabby girl. You know what? Let me just wait for a few seconds, because the chat seems to be picking up momentum now. It's back to the normal speed that it usually operates. So BB, okay, we've got 3 blanks here. If you are concerned about a particular matter, like home, health, job, family, child, a pet, your spiritual evolution, whatever it is, if you've got something, what are the messages that Tarot Illumination has today for BB regarding the matter of ... Please feel free to put one word in the type, okay? And then we will focus on that theme. If I don't see that in the very near future, then we're just going to go with a full blind reading, okay? Okay, here's the weather. Okay, so we've got the 7 of Pentacles. I've already started, BB. We're starting, but I'm keeping an eye on the chat, okay? We've got the 7 of Pentacles here. So my feeling is that this is a very strong card of physical reality checks, okay? To me, it's a very strong, like a message, like, Dear BB, Please be aware, number one, of your good fortune. Be aware and make sure that you take a really good tally of all the good things that you have in your life right now, okay? What I'm suggesting right now, the energy is very strong here. This is very, very deeply to do with the attitude of gratitude and becoming aware that the attitude of gratitude is very, very important for how the way that your life plays out. And that if you're not aware of the attitude of gratitude, then what can happen is things can devolve and can become, let's say, convoluted or overrun or lost or, let's say, degraded over time if you're not careful. This to me is a very strong message to take a very, very close look at your world around you, your house, your family, your health, like you said here, child. Okay, so we got an issue regarding child. Take a look at your child, like your finances, your home, your job, your heritage, the world into which you were born, like the kind of family that you have, the kind of culture that you have, the kind of parenting that's been going on, the kind of schooling that's been going on, or the environment, whether it's a very new child or an older child, it kind of doesn't matter. It's really, really important right now to take stock of your situation in a very, very honest manner. Take a very, very close evaluation. This is like doing a property appraisal, okay? Look at your life and take out a notebook. It's like almost like start taking out a notebook and making a list of all the really important, valuable things in your life, okay? Okay, just like a good farmer would do. And then stepping back a little bit, and then looking at your life and thinking like, okay, now what are all the impediments to my good fortune, to my ultimate best outcomes? In other words, it's like doing a property appraisal. Imagine you're looking at your life like the way property evaluators, appraisals look at a house. You look at the whole house. You look at the roof, the garden, the kitchen, the plumbing, the electrics, the neighborhood, and you figure out everything that's good, and you look at everything that's bad and that's not working, and then you create an evaluation for a reality check. And you do not allow yourself to be fooled by optical illusions or fake anything. Okay, this is very, very much to do with get the reality check in your life. Have a really, really, really good close look at what's going on in your life, and including your child, okay? Let's get real here. What's the situation? Okay, to me it feels like you don't really know, and it's a little bit difficult for you because it's almost like, to me it feels like you really want to know what to do. You really want to know what's going on. You would really love to have a very strong connection with divine intuition. You would really love to be able to make really solid, unequivocal decisions about what to do and how to do it. But my feeling is that if you're honest right now, you can't do that. There's no way to do it because you're in a state of appraisal. This is a very heavy energy of reality check. You got to be really, really honest with your life, checking their finances, your relationships, your job, the condition of the child, the condition of yourself, the condition of the support systems, everything that affects your three-dimensional reality. Okay? Taylor, hi, I see you. Greetings. So my feeling with the Two of Swords here is that part of you is craving information, looking for information, waiting for news that you don't have yet, and you're just keeping yourself alert, doing what you can to basically, to me it feels like treading water, staying alive, keeping going, just doing the best that you can, on the understanding that there are a lot of challenges, a lot of problems that need to be taken care of, and it's becoming very obvious to you now. Okay, let's have a look over here. What's the problem with all of this? Okay, I don't know if it's to do with the child, but with the Page of Cups here, my feeling is that the problem is that you're partly aware that you don't really know what to do. My feeling is that whatever's going on between you and the child is hard for you to navigate, hard for you to understand, hard for you to figure out, hard for you to put into perspective, and you don't like admitting that you don't really know what to do or how to do it. And then there's this deep fear that you might never know, that you might not understand what is the most loving thing to do right now. Like, to me, it looks like if this is talking about your child, to me this feels like a very, very pure, deep internal energy about the the fear of what it's like to be a parent who doesn't really quite know what to do. And this is to almost, it's not like devastating, but it's almost embarrassing, it's almost shameful. Like, the fear is like, oh my God, I only want to do the right thing, I just want to do what is the most loving thing, but I don't know what, like what does it mean? What is this relationship between myself and this child? What is the relationship between this child and myself? What are the conditions here? And then there's this fear of like, my God, I'm too dumb, I'm too innocent, I don't really know. I wish I did, I want to do the most loving thing, but I don't really have a freaking clue what to do or how to do it. Oh no. It's awful, it's awful. Now, this doesn't have to be tragedy, but it does feel like it's very, very uncomfortable, and it's very hard to deal with. So how are we going to have a chance to deal with this? Okay, I'm going to tell you, okay, I'm just going to tell you, BB, my feeling is that this is a divinely ordained relationship. The relationship between yourself and your child is above and beyond explanation in a normal, sense. In other words, like if you went to a pediatrician or a doctor or a psychiatrist or a school counselor or somebody who has like very high professional credentials about how to deal with the situation between yourself and the child and what to do with it. My feeling is that the real problem is kind of above and beyond the three-dimensional sickness. You just wrote some notes here. Yes, he's sick. It's over a month now. It's nuts that we can't figure out what the real issue is. Okay? So it's very, very disturbing. It's very confusing. Like nobody knows what it is. My feeling is that the Lovers thing is here. Okay? So if you see this situation as a gift from God, as a blessing from heaven, and that it takes you, BB, in relationship with your child, it's basically like the whole, this with this stuff here. Let me go back to this. You see all this stuff here? All this energy here is forcing you as an individual, just like it's forcing the rest of the planet to take a really serious reality check about what's actually going on here. And then in your situation, with you as a parent and the child as the child, and with not having any answers, like you're probably doing the best you can as a parent, and you might be getting the best health care imaginable, but if you still don't have any answers, my feeling is the way to look at it is see it as a message from heaven, a blessing from heaven, where you get to a point of like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do it. The doctors don't know what to do, they don't know how to do it. Your son has no way of telling you, hey mom, it's like blah, 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 condition, disease, or whatever. Don't fret about it. Nobody knows. You don't know, the doctors don't know, the child doesn't know. So what it does, it's forcing you and everyone to go like deep into the world of relationship and like understanding. It's like deep into the world of relationship where like you have to accept the reality of things and what they really are and the tragedy of it. In other words, like my God, shit happens. You know, there's an expression like shit happens, and you think it happens to everyone else, okay? And then all of a sudden, here you are with your situation, shit happens, and it's happening to you right now. And what it's doing is that it's actually forcing you and your child and the caregivers and everyone else to take a very, very deeper, closer look. Like, who are you? What is the role that you're playing in this relationship with your child? What is happening with your child relative to you? What are the spiritual messages that are coming here? Okay? And it's almost like the child is a messenger. It's almost like the child is carrying like the energy of this has never happened before. In other words, look at the global scale. Look at this, like what's happening right now on planet Earth. This is historical, astrologically speaking. It's historical, okay? This has never happened on planet Earth before to this scale, at this monumental scale. This very same energy is happening to you, BB. And what it's doing is it's putting a lot of pressure on you, and the environment is putting a lot of pressure on you, and you in turn are being challenged about how to respond. What are you going to do and how are you going to do it? And in so doing, what happens is the puzzle forces you. It forces you. The reality check police are forcing you to become more intimate in the way that you relate with the world in general, but especially through the child. In other words, there are certain things that you're not going to be able to solve unless you really dig into this and you really make yourself I mean, this is going to sound awful, BB, but this is what happens to people, like adults, like married couples, when something devastating happens and you really discover their true nature, their true color, whether they really love you or not, or whether it was a relationship of convenience, or it was just something accidental, or like a throwaway disposable relationship. What I think here is it's an incredible opportunity. The way to treat the confusion, the way to treat the ignorance, the innocence, the not knowing what to do, is to treat it as an incredible opportunity to look at love and relationship at the most profound level. Like, it almost doesn't matter what the sickness is. What really, really, really counts right now is the love that is shared between you and the child, and between the child and you. And from there, it generates an aura. Like, okay, maybe the doctors don't know, but it's like it's almost like your son is doing you a favor. Okay, you get to wake up. He gets to wake up. The doctors get to wake up. It's just it's almost like a beautiful, like one of those beautifully tragic stories where there is the hidden message, and the hidden message is about how the sickness and the ailments take us deeper and deeper and deeper into the heart energy, where you find you BB, you discover your true nature and where you stand as a loving person, and your child discovers their true nature and what it's like to be loving and be loved. And the same thing with the caregivers. They really discover their roles and who they are and what they play in this whole situation. And so my feeling is to treat the whole thing as a really beautiful message and an amazing learning experience it's almost, I mean, this is going to sound awkward, but it doesn't even matter like what the outcome is. What counts really now is the exposure of loving energy between yourself and the child and you, and the caregivers and everything that goes around it. It's almost like one of those, TV documentary type things on Netflix where everybody's right up against the wall. They don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. And then they reach a threshold moment where it ends up being the healing power of love. In other words, the breaking open of heart energy, heart, soul, love energy that creates a kind of like a moment, and then you get some kind of resolution. It doesn't mean there's healing in the direct sense, like all of a sudden there's a miraculous healing, but what I sense here is that what's really important is the message of about what's happening between. The message is like the opening up of heart center energy, which can only be experienced at this level of intensity between yourself and your child and yourself and the caregivers. And so my feeling is to treat this as an incredible opportunity, almost like you are in a movie. It's almost like feeling as though like people are making a documentary about you and your child and the doctors, because nobody knows what to do. So it's an incredible opportunity. Okay, it has to be filmed. Okay. It's a beautiful thing. This is actually a beautiful thing here, okay, with the lovers, okay? Having to make really tough decisions about what do we do now. The way you make hold on, let me get back. Your reading is done, okay, BB? I just want to wrap up here with you a little bit. So, BB, what I'm sensing here is like a really, really kind of brutal reality check. And then you end up in this serene kind of condition of where, like, my God, well, this is how it is. This is the diagnosis. This is the situation. And we're all in this together. It's a very, very deep, deep, intense relationship. And you're all connected. You and the child and you, the caregivers. And then you reach this profound, profound moment of awakening, like, okay, well, if this is how it is, and we don't know how it is, then what do we do now? Okay, it's the same energy that's going to be happening on Wall Street on Monday morning. We've never been there before. It's like, well, what are we going to do now? What do we do now? It's an evaluation. Go back to the very first card in the reading, okay? It's the evaluation, it's the appraisal. Understanding how fortunate you are, also understanding the huge impediments, okay? What do we do now? Okay. Hello, Elizabeth, I see you. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go back to the stage. So, dear BB, that was a pretty heavy reading to start the show. I know this, tarot illumination is basically a form of entertainment, really, when it comes down to it. But, I think we do good stuff here. Thank you, BB. We've got Gabby Girl up next, and then after Gabby Girl, we're going to read for Tina. So let me just shuffle this up. I hope that little reading made sense to you, BB. That's a good point, Elizabeth. I just saw your note there on the screen. Each reading applies to everyone when you think about it. Hello. Hello, Elizabeth. Alright, Gabby girl, what's going on? Let's have a check here. I'm going to have another little siplet. Actually, I'm going to have a top up, if you don't mind. Stay right there. I think I'm just going to put on a tiny little micro tune to get me through this moment. Give me a second. Here we go. Wow. So I think we're kind of clear here. I'm ready to go, Gabby. Gabby, have you got any one-word wonders you want to throw there on the screen before we go, or do you want me to just go blind for you? I was getting all sentimental here back in the old days when Lumination used to have thousands and thousands of views, and we'd have like 20, 30, 40 people on the show, and we had real notifications, and I was gaining 40, 50, 60 subscribers a week, and that was kind of a big deal. It all seems so long ago. I have to shuffle the cards for a little while, Gabby. I want a really, really super clean deck. I remember the funny days when Lumination used to get invited down to the YouTube Center. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, Taylor, hold on. I see that. I have to mark where. Yeah, this is a. Give me a second. I just saw something there from Taylor. All right, let's put this over here. I'll have to check back to your notes when we get there in a little bit. Thanks, Taylor. Thank you so much. So before that, we have Taylor. We have Gabby Girl, and then after Gabby Girl, we're going to read for Tina. After Tina, we're going to read for Taylor, okay? So that's how it works right now. Thanks, Taylor. I hope everything is good. This is really cool. This is exciting. Wow. Well, that's kind of it's going to be an energy of new starts and new beginnings. It could be quite exciting. I'm just already seeing things like, Taylor, I can't help it. I'm already feeling things here before we even get to the cards. To me, it feels I'm just running with it. I can't help it. I'm really feeling like this is like, wow, this is so cool. This is fun. This is going to be cool. And it's almost like, oh my God. Part of it is like, oh my God, this is actually happening. Oh my God, are we going to actually do this? Holy bleep. So that's what I'm feeling here. There's definitely a bunch of woohoo. Not just for Gabby, but woohoo for you, Taylor. Anyway, Gabby, let's have a look. Do your thing, Lumination. Oh, go Taylor. Go Taylor. Okay, this is huge. Taylor, this is huge, I'm just telling you. All right, Gabby, no worries. We're just going to do the Lumination wild thing, okay? We're going to go wild. Wild thing. You make my heart sing. Do-do-do-do-do. I forgot. That was a famous pop song, I think, before I was born. I think it's called Wild Thing. Gabby Curl. Look at that. Capricorn Moon, Cancer Sun. Oh my gosh. So you're really feeling the energies right now. Cancer Sun. So you must be feeling all sorts of crazy things going on around outside you, like in the world of relationships, perhaps like friends, family, partners, whatever it is, kids, nieces, nephews, uncles, jobs, everything, everybody who is not you. Wow. And then you've got the Capricorn Moon. Oh my God. Okay, I have to make a doodle. Okay, woo. All right, let me just get this on camera here. Stay there. I'm not going to put too much on the chart here, but Gabby Girl, if you are a Libra rising, let's just do it this way. Okay, here's Libra. Okay, this is Libra over here. So let's flip this around. Okay, this is a chart that shows Libra rising. Okay, over here. And so for Libra rising, you've got the Capricorn energy down here in the 4th house of home and family, foundations, structure, stability, the whole idea of nurturing other people, and making that your business. It's like the business of nurture. And then you've got the Capricorn, what was it, the Cancer moon? No, you're a Capricorn moon. Okay, so the Capricorn moon over here. So this could indicate you having come from a very natural past life where you're very, 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 very good at taking care of other people and making that your business, and other people, are glad to compensate you. Okay, and then you have the Capricorn moon and the Cancer sun. So the Cancer sun will be up here in the 10th house of career. So this whole energy of family and caring and family, it's almost like the people who you take care of for business are your family. It's like you generate this. It's like, oh my God, it's almost like being the most. My feeling is it's like being the really good boss of a business where your clients love you. Okay, your clients love you because you take care of your clients, you take care of your people, and that becomes like the Cancer sun is the energy of taking care, and then you enjoy the benefits. Well, look what happens when you take good care of people and you make that your business. Okay, not a lot of people do that. Also, the nodal axis is very amplified right now. So if you are born with a Capricorn moon and a sun moon rising, sun and moon opposite, these are very important parts in your life cycle. Okay, Gabby girl, this is like a really important part of your life right now. Okay, so I'm just putting that on record for here. 15th, 16th. Flip it around. Okay, it loosened up. There we go. All right. Anyway, so if you let me finish that. So if you were born with this axis, the Capricorn Cancer axis in your chart naturally, and now all of this energy here, all of this energy that is transiting right now is sitting right down there in the foundations of your life. You might be one of the lucky people on earth right now who are actually seeing what it's like to enjoy the long-term benefits and outcomes of taking good care of people, taking good care of your clients, where they take care of you. It's almost like it becomes a reciprocal thing. It's almost like, Gabby girl, you would be a shining example of how to conduct a life well lived. Okay? This is what you do. This is how you do it. Number one, you make a decision to accept the fact that there are other people in the world, and one of the best ways to have success and happiness in life is to take care of other people and their needs. Make that your business, and then do it well, and then you get appreciated. Okay, when you do it properly, okay, in a way that is very, let's say, direct, functional, useful, valuable. Okay, what's that, Taylor? Hold on, I just saw that. No, that's freaky. I'm sorry, that's freaky. What? You're a Capricorn sun and Cancer rising. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. I might have to get a reminder of that. Let me just go back. So I'm getting all tongue-tied right now. So I just kind of went on the rant there a little bit with the astrodoodles for Gabby girl, but then Taylor just typed in something. She says, Taylor, I am too a Capricorn sun with a Cancer rising. So I can't resist this. Give me a second. Okay, give me a second. Hold on, Gabby. So when we get to do Taylor's reading later on, she has a Capricorn sun and a Cancer rising. So look at this. We can put, okay, so let's go to the Cancer sun sign, like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. So what we're going to do is put the Cancer rising energy over here, okay? So it's basically, with a Cancer rising sign, you might have a natural default setting to be very nurturing, very sweet, very caring, very sensitive, very much in need of comfort and a sense of security and knowing that you are cared for and safe and protected. And then over here, when you've got on a natal chart, in a very like a whole sign chart, if you're born with the Capricorn sun over here in the 7th house, it's also an indication that relationships are very, very important for you in your life, okay? Especially having a very significant one-on-one relationship. In other words, you're probably not the sort of person who's just going to flit around and become like a social butterfly. In fact, just the opposite. If you're born with that Capricorn sun in the 7th house, because it's opposite the Cancer rising and so on, then to me it feels like you're heading into a really important new chapter in your life about what I would think of as very serious and rewarding relationships, very rewarding reality checks where it is actually possible to actually have a rewarding relationship. And you do that in a very, very practical, business-like, orderly, grounded, down-to-earth manner, in ways that it's actually very hard for a lot of people to do, because so many people are driven by their emotions, whereas over here it feels like it's actually about what do you do? What do you do to have a successful, rewarding relationship? Okay? Aw, Taylor, a crybaby, yes. You might be very, very sensitive. It's okay. So long as you have a mate who understands that, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? You might be totally mushy. Cancerians can be very, very sensitive. They can be the first ones to cry in any situation, whether they're happy or whether they're sad. They can cry when they're happy. They can cry when they're sad. They can cry when they're hungry. Then they can cry when they're confused. They're just very sensitive. They're like, that's just how they are. It's normal. All right, Gabby girl. We're just going to do our thing. Actually, it's kind of a joy every now and again to do a completely open blind reading like this. Thank you, Gabby. I'm glad we're doing this. It's kind of interesting, well, like with the divine timing, how we're actually doing this reading right now, as opposed to when it was supposed to happen, and now you're getting it at this very significant moment in astrology, 15th, 16th of March. So let's have a look. You kind of know what to do, right? Excuse me. That's pretty rare. Okay, that's pretty rare. You didn't see that, of course, did you, Gabby girl? But it's okay. It's okay. Gabby girl, I just have to tell you something very strange. Well, it's not that strange, but it's happening more and more and more on this channel now. I just got this like vivid, like flash, like this momentary thing, like it's almost like I had a glimpse of your invisible friends. Okay? To me, I got this feeling like, we haven't actually talked a lot about our invisible friends or anything like that, but I just got the feeling like your invisible friends just had this big kind of like elbow nudge thing, like, oh my God, she's getting her reading now. Any minute now, she's actually going to get her reading. This is so fun. This is so silly. This is so cool. This is what we love to do. And it's almost like that feeling of like girls' night out. That's what I'm feeling right now. It's like, Gabby girl, you are surrounded by your invisible friends, just like they kind of do at a big, I don't know, celebration. And I don't know, I can't identify anybody individually, but I sensed a lot of sparkly energy. I sensed a lot of really like fun girl power type of energy. And they're just kind of enjoying the moment as if they are here with you right now, live on the stage. I sense I sense glitter. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, Gabby Girl, but I'm sensing quite a lot of glitter and bling. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know if that means anything, but that's what I'm feeling over here. Okay? Wow. Oh my goodness. All right, let's have a look. See what's going on, Gabby Girl. Let's have a look. Gosh, I almost feel like we're at a party. Right now, Gabby Girl, I almost feel as though we're at a party. Here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Here's how we're going to handle it, and what's the weather like for you. The weather for me over here, personally, I'm just going to say it's very much to do with the massive Capricorn stellium. Okay, here we go. Okay, 7 of Wands here. So my feeling is that you, dear Gabby Girl, because of that, let me just get my, let me just scroll back here on the chat. I just want to check something for a second. Capricorn, Cancer, Sun. Capricorn, Cancer. Okay, okay, hold on. Okay. All right, let me get back. Okay. So what I was sensing here is that no matter, like, because you're very, very strong, very capable person, Gabby Girl. You know that, okay? It's already proven. That's not the issue here. But still, you are a human being. So by definition, there are problems and challenges that you face in life every day. And for some reason, what this 7 of Wands is telling me, that every problem that you need to face in life that either has been stalled or set aside or has been ignored or you never even knew existed, it's all coming at you right now. But it's not a problem. Even though it's all coming at you right now, it's not a problem because you can handle it. You know you can handle it and you will handle it. But it's very important that you are aware that no matter how capable you might be in kind of generating goodwill and the feelings of being loving and being loved, caring and being cared for, all of that kind of stuff, you still, like it or not, we still have problems. And even it's almost like your girlfriends, your invisible friends on the other side, even a bunch of guys. I'm now sensing a bunch of guys. To me, it feels like you have a huge cluster of invisible friends around you, and they're all basically saying, you got to listen to Lumination, Gabby Girl. He's got a point there. You're so good at looking at the bright side and staying on top of all this stuff, but please don't neglect your problems, Gabby Girl, because otherwise they can creep up on you, and then it's like, to me it feels like there's this energy of like, we're here for you, Gabby Girl, and you're going to be just fine, and whatever problems are coming at you, you're going to be just fine, but please be aware that there's lots of little things coming at you that they're going to need your attention, okay? And it's almost like the energy of a pressure cooker, like, it's almost like, man, damn it, I'm Gabby Girl. I don't really have these kind of problems, and yet there's still problems. And then it's just like, oh God, now I'm gonna have to deal with this stuff. Okay, I can deal with it. but it's very lucky because you've got to me it feels like you have a massive support. Okay, let's have a look. What's the situation? Oh God. Oh, Gabby girl. You know, I've got the King of Cups here. So, okay, to me it feels like this is what I'm getting, okay? It's almost like imagine you're surrounded by all your invisible friends. A whole ton of them. Like you're at a really, really good, not a convention, not a party, but just a gathering where everybody is totally like in their splendor. They're all blinged out and you're blinged out and everything is just like, yeah, but let's all admit it, everybody. We're humans and we do have problems and this is how I cover it up. This is how I deal with it and blah, blah, blah. And they're basically saying, hey, Gabby girl, don't worry. You're one of us. We've got you and you're going to be fine. But to me, with the King of Cups energy here, there's this like part of you which is feeling like, this is going to sound very strange for this card, but it's just like it's like, okay, I'm getting the feeling in this card that you would normally get in this card. Okay, to me it feels like there's this situation like, yes, I'm Gabby girl and everything like that, and thank you everybody for your support, and it's just like, but seriously, it's almost like you get to this moment where everybody goes quiet and everybody says, okay, come on, Gabby, just talk to us. Just talk to us, just talk to us. And then everybody goes quiet and then you confide in them. You basically tell them like, you know, guys, I love you. Gal, like, oh my girl, oh, everybody, I love you. You're just awesome. But how on earth am I supposed to keep this going? How on earth do I maintain this level of integrity, this level of authority, this level of self-respect, this level of mastery? Because it's just like, part of me, to be honest, I'm kind of tapped out. I'm like, I've reached this like crescendo and like there's nowhere else for me to go. It almost feels like, I know this is a king and it's male energy, but it's almost like the Queen Elizabeth in England, like, what am I supposed to do now? Where, you know, you've got all these dramas and things going on around you. That's what I'm sensing here. Like, it's almost like, how am I supposed to maintain? It's almost like a council. To this feels like a huge council meeting. Okay? Like your invisible friends are basically saying, okay, Gabby girl, let's just get real here. Let's treat this as a council meeting. This is your video, this is your show, and we're your invisible friends, and it's all about you, and we're here to support you. It's like a council meeting, but it's really all about you. And the message here is like, you're confiding to everybody, like, well, what am I supposed to do now? Seriously, how on earth am I supposed to deal with all this? I mean, I'm already like, you know, pretty good at who I am or what I do, but some of these things that we're talking about here, I don't really know how to do that. And that's a very humbling type of thing to talk about here. That's why it's unusual for me to, that's why it's an unusual interpretation of this card, because it would be an indication like, oh, I'm on top of this, I can handle anything. But that's not what I'm sensing here. What I'm actually sensing is like, how on earth am I supposed to maintain my sovereignty of self in some of these situations and some of these problems? It's like you've set the standard so high, and then everybody expects that now forever and ever. And then look, oh my God, wow, I made this happen. Okay, so what are the problems here? Okay, to me it feels a lot about sharing. Like, you know, if people, or if people look up to you, Gabby girl, as being that person who you are, that kind of radiant, you know, that radiant energy that you have, the one who somehow or other seems to like, you know, I don't know, fix things, bring happiness, bring joy and everything. When I see the Six of Pentacles here, this is like, again, very much to do with the reality check. The problem is like, it's almost like this Six of Pentacles relates very, very closely to these 6 wands here. Okay? These 6 wands, I believe, are very closely related to these 6 pentacles. In other words, the big problem is the problem is, how am I supposed to divide up my resources, talents, and gifts in a way that is balanced and harmonious, so that there is no favoritism, there's no imbalance, and we can just keep the very high standards going that we have already set for myself and the world around you, your family, your kids, your people, your home, your relatives, your business, whatever it is. How am I actually going to make that happen down the road in a way that is fair and balanced, so that I can be compensated and people get what they want as well? And it has to be fair exchange, and that could be a puzzle. I mean, that could be a puzzle, like in business, for example. I mean, getting back down to earth, let's come back down to earth a second. Like, a lot of people are feeling drop-offs in their businesses. So it might be feeling like, what happens if I lose my job, my clients, my business? Like, what happens if it all drops off because everyone's paranoid about, like, oh, no, I can't do this. I'm going to have to stay indoors and live off baked beans all day forever. And then everyone else goes out of business. So that's, maybe I'm being a little bit too, dark and gloomy here, but I had to throw that in there because that's what I felt. And it's a real problem, because a lot of Americans are actually trying to figure out, what the hell am I going to do now? What on earth am I going to do? Like, some people have businesses where the demand for their services, no matter how awesome their service is, the demand for their services is getting crushed because of the global situation. Okay, let's have a look. How do we deal with it? Okay, well, with the Nine of Pentacles here, my feeling is to, like, carry on. Have you ever heard that expression in English? In Britain, they have like this, let me go back over here. Give me a second. All right, Gabby girl. This is what I'm sensing here. It's kind of serious. It's kind of about business and money, and how are we going to make all this work, and all the goodwill that you have built up over the years between yourself and your world, your people. And you've got so much support. You've got so much love, and it's evident. All those pentacles, it's evident, okay? But the thing is, you, just like the rest of us across the planet, are facing these questions like, what do we do now? What are we going to do now? What now? Just like BB had in the last reading. Well, what are we going to do? And because we're living on the precipice of evolution. We've never been here before. We're at a massive Capricorn cluster. Listen, the Capricorn energy is saying, okay, we're doing a tally here, so what are you guys going to do right now? You got this, and this is going on. You got that going on. Okay, that's great. This and this and this and this sucks. That part and that part's really, really good. Okay, so put that together. Let's figure it out. What are we going to do now? And so with the Nine of Pentacles there for you, my feeling is for you, Gabby, is to do what you already know works very well. Do the things that are rewarding. Do the things that actually bring in physical things like money. Like, do things that actually work. There's no point in spending time and energy like crying or sobbing or worrying about anything. It's just like, do whatever has to be done to keep things rolling, to keep business rolling, to keep life rolling in the way that you already do. It's just very, very tough right now because it's tough for everybody. And so you end up in this situation, okay, well, carry on. Because that's what the British do when like things get really, really, really tough. When the tough get, what's that expression? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. You build that. You build the wealth, as though you're doing it for yourself, but it's beneficial for everybody. And so what happens when things get really, really tough, but you know that the ultimate formula is to do what works? then you just carry on and you do what works, and that is it. That's it. Carry on. Carry on, Gabby. You just carry on and do what works. And what works is good works. When you do good works, do good service, provide good value, good service, that has value. Okay? It might not be, instantaneous at that moment in time because everyone else is suffering, but it has value, and it is understood and is recognized, and it is a way to build stability and security and wealth. Let me go back. Okay, so with the Nine of Pentacles here, hold on, I got the wrong thingy. I got to go to the stage. Oh, here we are. I got blacked out there for a bit. So the way to handle it is, okay. Oh, Gabby, you're kind of right, filling in your answers here. That's good. Oh, okay. That's okay. Like you're actually you're interpreting as we go. That's cool. Yeah. In other words, you can't give away the store. You can't give away the shop. It's very, very important that people understand that what you do has value, and the value needs to be expressed. Okay. It can be done. And in other words, you continue to create value, to create wealth, to create abundance, and to maintain yourself, to maintain your integrity by basically doing what works. Doing the very, very simple, basic things that work. And in most businesses, it's usually about providing a product or service that has value to others, okay? Which you already do. People love who you are and what you do, and that's fine. But in these times right now, at this very, very significant moment in astrology and history, a lot of people are really strained. Like, oh man, I don't want to do that. No, you maintain the quality, you maintain the standards, you maintain the integrity, and you do what has to be done. There's no point in giving away the shop. You just can't just give stuff away to people simply because they can't handle it. You got to things have to be balanced out properly. You have to take care of yourself. There's only so much let's just say, kindness that you can afford. You still ultimately have to take care of yourself, and sometimes that means having to be judicious, like you said, in how you share your energy with others. Okay. And how you do need reciprocity, reciprocal. You need the reciprocal energy. Okay. It's almost like the intense Capricorn pressure is forcing you to reevaluate and reprioritize for what actually works. There's a lot of pentacles here. So what counts is the evidence, okay? Actions speak louder than words, okay? Actions, okay? You have to do what works for you, and it's almost like you have to teach people what works for you. There's more to this reading. I can't do it all here. I can already feel more. There's quite a bit more significance going on here, but I can't do it all here on this show tonight, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now, and you can extrapolate from there. But this has there's more to this story, okay? There's more to this story. You can't give away all your power. You can't give away all your talents and strengths and resources simply because it's satisfying. There has to be a reckoning. There has to be a balance. Okay? People are going to love you anyway. That's not the problem. But there has to be a balancing out here. Okay, I'm going to shuffle this all up and put it away. If anyone else, let's see, up next we've got Tina Miller. We're going to talk about Tina and her house. She's hoping to sell it quickly and move on. Some way, some life, I think going back to Houston or something. And then after Tina, we're going to read for Taylor. All right. Now, if there's anyone else out there who needs a reading, you can do the super chat. There's a button. It kind of, you know, where you type, if you see where you type, there's a button and it looks like a little gray button with a $sign in it. You click that and it opens up a payment processing window and you put your card through. That's how that works. Anyway, if there's anybody out there who wants to do that, the channel is open. We are still receiving and accepting readings. Thank you very much. Cheers. It was a pleasure, Gabby girl. So let me just hold on. Stay there, Tina. Stay right there. No problem, Gabby girl. No problem. No problem. Hold on. Give me a second here. Give me a second. All right. So, just want to check in. It's kind of a strange night, and that doesn't really surprise me. We've got this massive Capricorn cluster. I haven't really had a lot of time to discern how it works for Tarot Lumination, because I'm just trying to take care of business here. You know, with the Capricorn energy, let's just take care of business. But I'm at the point where I might actually get a reading or get a little, you know, I might reach out to Mona or somebody who's, some of the people here, so I can get a little bit of perspective myself. It's just the Capricorn energy is so intense right now, and it's going to build up, and then early next week, and then all through next week, and up until towards the end of the month, we've got Mars going through. Okay, Mars in Capricorn is going to conjoin with Pluto, and I'm just going to say it here now, okay? I'm going to put it on record here now. I sense the word war, okay? Now, it doesn't mean people are just going to attack each other with guns. What I'm sensing here is where it's a warlike environment where I think humanity is responding the way humanity responds in wartime when our lives are in danger. And it's already happening, like people are getting hunkered down, we are retreating, we're sequestering, we are hoarding, we are panic buying, we are terrified of each other because we've discovered that we are potentially each other's own worst enemy. All these kind of things that happen in wartime. And that's what's happening. It's happening on a global scale. It's almost like virtual war because nobody's shooting huge guns at each other. But they're not in the traditional guns. But the fact is there is a massive amount of warfare occurring in the financial markets, okay? Because that's how warfare is being conducted right now. One country against another country through the currency wars. How much money can I print before you have to print more money to combat my advantage over you? And then the only way the other countries can retaliate is by printing more money. And it becomes a, you know, instead of a win-win situation, it becomes a lose-lose situation. It becomes a war, a race to the bottom. It's like prize fighters who just keep beating each other up until they're both dead. I mean, what's the point? Nobody wins, okay? Oh, all right. So, how did I get onto that rant? What was happening? Oh, yeah, I was moaning and groaning about my own life. That's right, I forgot. So, let's get back. We're going to read for Tina and the house. See what's going on there, okay? Yeah. Gabby, you're coming out with some amazing notes there on the screen. I hope everybody else is reading the notes there from Gabby. Ivona, you have a good point there as well, because each one of us is being heavily pressured to look at ourselves as individuals. What are you going to do right now? What are you, the individual, going to do right now? It goes all the way to the president. It goes all the way to President Trump. Really, I don't want to get too political here, but people look to the president. They basically say, okay, well, Donald, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do right now, Mr. President? And that's one person. He makes a decision, and it affects billions of people on the planet Earth, okay? And it's the same thing for you. You, Tina, you, Gabby, you, Ivona, you're making decisions. Well, what are you going to do right now? What now? What now? What now? And then you have to look at your reality. You have to look at your world. Are you going to respond in fear and panic and go crazy? Or are you going to take a very, very Capricorn, practical, realistic look at the situation and basically say, okay, well, I screwed up at this, I screwed up at that, but I'm pretty good at this, I'm pretty good at that. So what does that mean? I have to do that, and then I have to do that, and I have to do that, and that, and that. Now, actions speak louder than words. The Capricorn energy is about three-dimensional reality. What are you going to do now? What are we going to do right now? It's basically wartime, so how are you going to conduct yourself? Are you going to go try and kill and slaughter everyone else so that you can live? Or are you going to try and take care of yourself? Are you going to take into consideration everybody else? How is this going to work, people? Okay. All right, Tina, let's have a look. We're going to look at the house situation. I know you want to move. You're hoping to move quickly. Let's just see what happens. You already had a visitor today, so that means the house is already up and on the market and attracting some attention. Now, from what I recall, you have kind of a unique situation there. It's in a very spiritual community, far away from a lot of the big amenities of life. I mean, like 70% of American populations nowadays, they live in cities where they have everything right there. They have their coffee shops, their supermarkets, their cinemas, their doctors, their clinics, their airports, their I don't know, their little hangouts and things. But Tina, you're way out in the like you're almost like in a spiritual community where it's just you and nature. So what are we going to do? So it takes a very unique kind of person to be in that situation. You're kind of a unique person to be in that situation, so you're going to need a buyer who resonates at that kind of level, and they would look at your home, your life, your world, your village, the community, the town as like, yes, this is the place for me. And that's what triggers them. They have to feel that, and then they make the commitment. They're going to tell each other, yes, honey, let's do this. We're going to buy it. Let's put in an offer. Oh, look at Gabby's notes. Look at that. Oh, this is good stuff, Gabby. Thank you, Gabby. You're actually probably helping quite a few other people here with your notes. You know, because of the way you're responding to the reading that we just had. It's helping to bring clarity to the reading as you filter it through your filters and then you respond here on the screen. That's really, really cool. Thank you so much. All right, Tina, let's have a look. I don't know what the situation is with your dog or the dogs right now, but I suddenly felt a very strong surge here. I felt a really, really strong surge. What about the dog? What about the dogs? How's this going to work out for the dog? How's this going to work out for the dogs? Because it's not just about you. I mean, I don't know the details, but I felt this really strong energy here about this big embrace energy between yourself and the dogs. Or it's almost felt like it was more between the dogs and you. It's almost like they can sense that there's something going on, and they're really concerned about you because they know that your decisions are going to affect them. So they're very concerned about you regarding their own welfare. I don't know. That probably sounds like insanity, but that's what I'm feeling here. Okay? Okay, let's have a look. So what are the messages that we have here today for Tina regarding the selling of the house and moving on? Maybe the rapid selling? Oh, okay, maybe that's what I was feeling. Your oldest dog is dying. Okay. It was very vivid. I felt it like I was almost there. It was very strange. Very strange thing. Is it one of the big ones? Here's this. We're going to just cut it up now, okay? Here we go. Here's the situation, okay? Here's the challenges. Here's how we're going to handle it. And let's have a look at the surrounding energies. Okay. So you got the 10 of Cups. Okay, so my feeling is that, like, there's a lot, well, to me it feels like there's a lot riding on this, because it's almost like there's a high level, it's like a high level of expectation, where it would be really, really nice to have that lovely feeling that people get when you have a happy home and there's love and you can share it with your loved ones, your family and you and your family. And I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it's like this is the real concern right now. To me, it feels like the important thing for you, Tina, is that you feel really happy in the home. It kind of doesn't matter which home it is or where it is, but the important thing is to feel really, really happy in the home, where you can have that sense of family, and that's a very, very big priority right now. Having the sense of home and family. And it's not more like it's a wish. It's more like this is a must. Okay, it's really, really important to prioritize the love. Prioritize the love in the way that things would work with family. Okay, so if that means having to sell the house, move, and change and everything, then so be it. It's not necessarily about the quality of the house or the decor or the exact location. What counts is the ability to have that loving family kind of vibe, okay? A happy home. Like you can have a happy home even when things are not exactly the most, even if it looks like the home doesn't come out of the Architectural Digest, okay? Or it doesn't come out of a real estate dream package deal, packaging and all that kind of stuff. So it's the love that counts. What I'm sensing here is the love that counts, and that feels to me almost like there might be a hint of compromise. And I don't sense anything about moving in or moving out here, about the house itself. What I'm sensing here is that the important thing is to recognize and remember that the key is to have like the love energy flowing, okay? And if that means you have to move, then you do that. What's the situation, okay? Okay, with the High Priestess energy here, to me it feels like, well, there's this sense of mystery about it all. There's the sense of not knowing. There's the sense of the unknown. And This is, I don't think you're going to like this, Tina, but what I'm sensing here is that you're going to find out what you need to know when you need to know it. And it would be great to have solutions right now. It would be great to have decisions right now. And you could actually have that. That's kind of not the point, but I think with the High Priestess energy here is that it's almost like you're kind of at the mercy of divine timing, divine intervention, and that can be very frustrating, when it comes to three-dimensional reality of taking care of business. Like, you might want to sell it right now. I want to do this now so I can have a happy home, have a happy family. But what I'm sensing here is that it's almost like there's this very gentle message. Dear Tina, things will work out just the way that they're supposed to work out according to divine timing. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't, because otherwise that it spoils the whole point of human existence. So just going to have to put up with it. Just going to have to put up with not necessarily knowing exactly what's going on a day-to-day basis. I'm not saying this is a yes or a no. All I'm suggesting here is that you just don't know. You won't know until you know. And that can be very frustrating. So what's the problem with this situation with the house? It's like, okay, I can't take it anymore. I don't want to have to live with the unknown. I don't want to have to live with being, having all this, this is going to sound silly, but all this spirituality stuff, yes, here in Hemis Springs and that neighborhood, and it's a very kind of serene, beautiful area, and that's great. But there's this other part of you, it feels like, I just want to get on with it. I just want to get back to happy family stuff. I want to get back to the things that are really, really important to me about home and family. And I'm really frustrated by not knowing what it is or when it is or how. And I am sick of it. I'm really, really frustrated. I just want to know. But also, the beauty about the Ten of Swords here is that, however bad the pain is of not knowing what's going to happen, when or why or how, the pain isn't going to get much worse. In other words, it's just it's chronic. And then there's the fear of dealing with it. How long is this going to go on for? How long am I going to have to deal with the pain of not knowing? Okay? So it's a little bit awkward because there's a part of you which is almost screaming out loud, I can't fucking take it anymore. I know what I want. I know I've already made the decision. I want to sell. I want to move on. And I just want that to happen. Because that's what has to happen. That's what will happen. But with the way the markets are right now, with global finances and American finances, economies and everything, there's so much that is hidden. There are so many factors that are so far out of your control that it ends up there's nothing I can do. The only thing you can do is basically put up with the pain of not knowing, hold on, hold the faith, and then you keep going here. The problem is that it's just really, really painful to have to live in a state of limbo, in a state of ongoing, constant, recurring pain of not knowing. Okay? Oh, I'm just seeing your notes here. It says here, I had thought about moving back to Houston when I sold my house in Santa Fe, but chose against it. And maybe why Hemis Springs didn't feel right. Okay, so there's obviously a lot of frustration, a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of... to me, it feels that there's a lot of things up in the air that would really benefit from a serious reality check. How are we going to deal with this? Okay, so this is similar to what I felt earlier a little bit with Gabby. Or was it Gabby or who was it? But anyway, about the Knight of Pentacles. Um, it's like the important thing, the way to handle the situation right now is to do it in a very, very practical, business-like manner, looking at the market, looking at the potential buyers. Like Gabby's saying, look at interest rates. How does that work in your favor? How does that work against you? And to me, it feels like every day, basically, just like the way farmers operate, like basically every morning you wake up and you check the weather. Like you check the weather forecast. Tina's saying she wants to go and buy a house in Houston outright, okay? And that's actually the best way to do it. If you don't have to carry any debt at all, and it's an all cash deal, that will be fantastic. So right now my feeling here is to be very patient, one day at a time. With the Knight of Pentacles, you move forward towards the physical reality, okay? Just doing what works in a day-to-day basis. You could actually end up being in a very, very strong position as a cash buyer. But you don't want to rush that, because the chances are, this is going to sound awful, Tina, but there are some people around who are probably going to be really destroyed by the markets right now and the economy and the effects of the virus on the global economy right now. And their loss is your gain. So if you end up in a situation where you have a good sale on your house and you can come in as a cash buyer in Houston, the way to look at it is to do it in a very Capricorn way. Okay, do this in a very methodical, step-by-step way. Don't do anything that doesn't work. Only do things that work. Pay very close attention to the markets. Check the listings every day or every week, or do it in such a way that it's very methodical, very business-like. And just do what works. Gabby just points something there. Patience is the key. You don't want to sell short for just so that you can get out and have a quick sale, just so that you can get closer and closer to home and family. Okay. So yeah. So Tina, don't be freaked out by what you don't know. Understand and accept that you're probably carrying a lot of pain and frustration that you can't really take anymore. On the other hand, you've already bottomed out, so it's not going to get any worse. So the way to carry on is to proceed in a very, very methodical, business-like way. In a way that divine timing works for you. In other words, there's a very good, this is going to sound awful. I said, like, there's a chance that there are a lot of people who are going to get hurt in the markets soon, and they might have to short sell. They might have to get out. They might have to sell for cash. They might have to sell below market just so that they can get out and survive and move into a trailer or something so that they can just live. But you are in a stronger position. But again, don't squander that. Don't rush around to satisfy the emotional urges that you want home and family now, okay? Anyway, Ivona is coming up with some very useful tips there as well. So you guys might want to have a very, very thoughtful, business-like conversations. I don't know, Tina and Ivona, if you know each other or if you've ever connected. But sometimes it's good to talk with people about the business of stuff just to clear the energy, just to get rid of all the stresses so that you get back to a very calm, stable center. Okay, Tina? You don't want. There are huge advantages right now that are opening up for you in the markets with real estate, and you're in a potentially strong position because you can come in as a cash buyer, and so that's great. On the other hand, it would probably, even though this is kind of might be a really good goal, a really good outcome, it'd probably be a little bit hazardous to buy and sell according to your emotions and your feelings at the moment in time. My feeling is to treat this in a very, very business-like manner. Very, very, very business-like. Be patient, take your time, one step at a time. Evaluate each day as you come to it. And be prepared to change your priorities, your listings, the information, your potential buyers, your potential options for things that you're going to buy on a day-to-day basis. Literally, just the way a farmer takes care of business on a day-to-day basis. And every morning they wake up, they check what they have to check. They check the animals, they check the weather, they check the land, they check the markets. They make sure everything is what it is, and then they make their decisions. They don't just go round in blind emotional surges, okay? Okay. All right, let's leave it at that, Tina. I hope that made sense. In the end, I think it's just do what works. Be very, very practical. Be very business-like. I know it's stressful. I know it's frustrating. And you want what works in the most loving way possible. But just stay focused on the sensible. Do the sensible thing. Do the right thing step by step, day by day, until you actually get this done, all right? All right, thank you very much, Tina. Hold on. Okay, well, that was kind of a serious reading, a very sort of like Capricorn business-like reading, but then again, that doesn't surprise me, you know? It's actually kind of perfect for these times that we're in right now. We're still going to read for Taylor. Taylor Cruz bought a reading a little while ago, so we're going to head there in a moment. I need a little bit of a break. Okay, so I want to do something I want to do one of my own songs right now. Let me just think. I want to do one of my own songs that might give you a little bit of inspiration, okay? Okay, Tina? I'm thinking of the Knight's energy over here, the Knight of Pentacles. It is a fighting energy. It's not aggressive, mean, or nasty, but it does mean having to fight the good fight, okay? And having to stay in a very strong position the way that a very, very responsible business person or a farmer would do when there are a lot of fluctuations in the weather and the markets and supply and demand and all of that. You have to remain solid and fighting well, okay? You have to maintain, you have to be in really good condition, okay? No matter how bad it is, you have to be in good condition. So I'm going to play this song I haven't played in a long time. It's called Fighting Well, okay? It's called Fighting Well. It sounds like this. Let's see if I can got it. Yes, here it is. I got it. Okay.
Well, my immune spotted well. My immune system spotted well. My immune system spotted well. My immune system spotted well. Oh, oh, my T cells are spotted well. 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 Oh, oh, my T cells are spotted well. 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 Oh, oh,
All right. All right. All right. So I hope that just made you feel a little bit better, Tina. Let's have a look. So next up, we're going to work with Taylor. And she says here, because she's moving in with her boyfriend, I think she said early April, mid-April. Me and the boyfriend would have liked to have waited to make the move with all that's going on right now. But unfortunately, he didn't have a choice because his stepmother kicked him out and gave him a time limit. Well, that could actually be, another one of those kind of divine timing things. Hold on. So Taylor, if you look at things like things are the way they are, if you think that, if you can picture that there's a higher purpose, there's always something, there's always a reason behind stuff. It may not look at the time, but if we kind of flip it around and we look at it like stepmother kicked him out, that could actually have you ever heard that? Okay, let's put it this way. Have you ever heard that expression, paralysis by analysis? Where people keep figuring out and working out and trying to solve a problem, and they keep analyzing everything, but they never actually make the really tough decisions. They're just bouncing ideas back and forth. Okay, do you see where I'm going here with this? And all of a sudden, nature kicks in and basically says, enough! Enough planning, enough. We could have done this, we could have done this, we should have done that. And then the stepmother kicks in and comes and goes, get the bleep out of here. And then you don't have a choice. The decisions were made for you. Okay? When you exercise the right to decide not to decide, that's a decision. It's fine to do that. Nothing wrong with that. Decision making is fundamental to the phenomenon of evolution. Okay? When you are willing to do the work all day, every day, making tough decisions all day, every day. What now? 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 Well, that Saturn stuff, a lot of pressure. And you find a very subtle, amazingly human, incredibly complicated and very effective way of putting that aside. Eventually, reality kicks in. And so my feeling is the stepmother is actually doing you guys a favor. Okay? That's just an opinion. Okay? That's my opinion. Let's go off and do your reading. Let's see what happens, okay? Oh, I love doing this stuff. Can you see why I love doing this stuff? All right. So let's, we got to shuffle up here. Thank you very much, Tina. Just keep everybody posted, you know. We're just trying to get through all of this together. Again, we're all of us, each in our own tiny way. We're living through monumental times in terms of the astrology. And so, and it's unique. Some of it is unique for, you know, for everybody. But on the global scale, there are certain things which are common to millions and billions of people, okay? So the planets affect us as individuals. They affect us as the masses. They affect us like this energy here, okay? Tina, and Gabby, and everybody. This energy here affects the whole planet. It affects the whole of humanity, but it also affects the individual in a very, very individual way. It's the same energy, just the effect is different. So let's have a look, Taylor. We're talking about you and your boyfriend moving in. And it's happened because his stepmother kicked him out. Oh, God. The reason I'm laughing, Taylor, because I know what this is. I know what it's like to be kicked out by an adult or like a parental figure who basically is saying, you know what, get the bleep out of here. You know, grow up, stand on your own feet, like start your own life, get your own place, whatever. Get the bleep out. You know, it happens. It really, really happens. Just think of those little, you know, nature movies you saw when a kid, and you know, you look at the mother bird, and the mother bird has to do this really horrible thing of kicking the little baby bird out of the nest, hoping that the baby bird will fly. And the thing is, a lot of time the little baby bird doesn't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. They just want to stay cozy at home and sit in the nest and, mommy, feed me. Mommy, feed me. Feed me, feed me. Get me more food. Daddy, 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 get me more food. Mommy, get me more food. I'm just a little baby bird. And then eventually the parents say, enough of this shit. Get the fuck out of here. Start your own bleeping life. The only what's going to happen is we're just going to boot you out. And that might be a little bit what's going on here. Just a tiny bit. Joanna the medium. Hold on, Taylor. Stay right there. Don't go away. I'm just going to say hello. Hey, Joanna. Good to see you. As you can see, Terra Lumination is still alive. It's amazing. The channel is not dead yet. It's not dead. Who knows? It might keep going for years. As you might have found, I don't know if you knew about it, but the channel is basically being destroyed. YouTube has changed a lot. The algorithm has changed a lot, and it doesn't work very well for Terra Lumination anymore. Let's just put it that way. But it's still here, okay? But it's like we're operating like what they call a ghost channel, or like we're like in a coma. But I'm still alive. You're still alive, obviously. I haven't seen your channel in a long time, Joanna, so I have no idea what's happening. Tina has just said here, hey, Joanna, I like how your channel is changing. So if your channel is changing, Joanna, maybe you understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, I've got to do a reading for Taylor. Let's just get on with it, okay? Hi, Taylor. I just had to check in with Joanna. Joanna the medium is a pretty big deal on YouTube with the mediumship and stuff. What's that you just booked with? I just booked with... What? Oh, yeah. Holy bleep. Seriously? Seriously? Oh, my God. Oh my God, it's true. Oh my God. Oh. Joanna the Medium just booked a reading with Tarot Illumination. Yeah. Yeah. See you soon. Okay, we'll sort it out. Don't worry. It's showtime right now. I got to get back to Taylor. See you soon, Joanna. See you soon. Thanks for checking in. Oh my God, isn't that so? That's. Oh my God, I'm freaking out here. Oh. Mm. Mm. Oh wow, this is so cool. This is so freaking cool. All right, okay, Taylor. So let's just have a look. Let's just okay, pretend that. Oh God, I have this really vivid image right now, Taylor. It's like you know when you go into a laboratory and they put on the goggles and everything, and like in a doctor's lab and stuff, and they say, "Hello, Taylor. I'm glad you made it to your appointment. How are you doing today?" "Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. So sit down, just make yourself comfortable. Can you just roll up your sleeve? We just want to take your blood pressure, and like, we're going to just draw a little bit of blood here. How are you doing?" Like, blah, 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 and everything. And they're like, you know, they're looking at you. They got thermometers, and like, that's what I feel is happening here right now, as though I'm that person. Like, I'm like Dr. Illumination. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we're gonna deal with this. We're gonna deal with this in a very, very, very Tarot Illumination kind of way, where we just get to the point. Okay, so Taylor, I know you said on the notes here it's been going on for about 4 years, but now we've kind of reached a point of critical mass where basically you guys are going to move in together. That's it. It's happening. It's on. It is on. Hey, Nikki. What's up? Oh, we got 2 mediums here today, folks. Oh, this is freaking cool. This is so cool. All right, let's have a look. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit hyper here. It's okay, Taylor. We can still do this. It's just another day at the office for Tarot Illumination. You know that. Nikki's pulling cards now. It looks like Nikki's doing a reading for Joanna the Medium or something like that. Something's going on. I have no idea. Okay, you guys, chat amongst yourself. I've got to take care of Taylor here. Okay, we got to take care of business. All right, Taylor, let's have a look at this situation here. You and the boyfriend in this new live-in thing. The new apartment. Okay, let's have a look. I'm just cutting it all up to get ready so we can do the reading. Here we go. Bless this deck. Bless every single card. Bless the channel. Bless the electricity, the lights, the cameras, the guests, the internet, the platform, everything that we can do this at all. All right, here's the situation. Here's the challenges with all of this. Here's how we're going to handle it. Let's have a look at the external influences, especially the planets. Okay, so with the Hanged Man here, my feeling is that it's like there's a little bit of a shock wave going on for you in your life. Remember that, Taylor, this is not a couple's reading. This is not about the mother-in-law or the stepmother or anything like that. It's about you. And what I'm feeling happening here is that like you're actually pretty good at dealing with life, day-to-day life. You've got this, like, my feeling is that you're kind of lucky in that you've got a good understanding of the practical aspects of life, but you also have a kind of rich spiritual awareness that allows you to like feel very comfortable, like doing something weird, like hanging out at the Tarot Illumination channel on a Sunday night. Okay, and yet here we are with the Hanged Man. My feeling is that there's a little bit of this kind of like a spiritual awakening going on here in the way. I'm going to have to do this for you. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to pretend. I'm going to act. I'm going to do some acting right now. I'm going to act as though I am Taylor Cruz, okay? And this is the situation that we're handling right now, and like everything is exactly as it should be. You know that, okay? It's just a fact. Everything is exactly as it should be. How do we know that? Why is that so? It's because it can't be any other way. But on the other hand, that can be quite like it can be disorienting. Reality can sometimes be stranger than fiction, sometimes quite disorienting. So what I'm feeling is happening right now is because of this stepmother kicking him out, reality is being forced. It's like an evolutionary shove. And it has caught you off guard, it has caught him off guard, and it has caught your natural sense of equilibrium off guard to the point where you're a little bit like this, like, oh, this is great, like, it's one of those kind of shock moments, like, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just kind of like a bit of almost like psychic shock. Like, oh my God, this is actually happening. Like, you might have wanted this for so long. And then I talked about paralysis by analysis. And then you get to the point where reality is actually hitting. And it's happening in ways that are sort of out of your control. And then it's happening. Okay, so you get the boyfriend-girlfriend thing, and you have a place that you can call your own. But it might not have been happening in a way that you would have liked to do in the Taylor Cruz manner, okay? And so it's a little bit of a shocker. It's just like, oh, so this is happening now? Okay. That's the reality. If that's apparently what's happening, that's what you've said, you guys are gonna move in together April 15th, and that's how it is. It just might be a bit of a little bit disorienting, a little bit of a shocker for you and him, and for everybody. That's okay. Shock is fine. Weird, out of the blue, disorienting, that's fine. That's part of life. So anyway, don't worry about it, okay? Just allow yourself to be a little bit disembodied, a little bit shocked, a little bit disoriented, and having a feeling like you might have no power, no say in this anymore. Because in some ways, you've actually created your reality. You're creating your reality, and it's actually happening, but it's not happening in the way that you thought it might have actually happened, as if you could control all the buttons. But it's happening anyway. You still get your boyfriend, you still get a place to be, but there might be a little bit of acceleration here. It's like, that's what happens with eclipses. You get these accelerations, these evolutionary gateways, where you are forced into the next levels of your evolution. Let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay. So with the Queen of Cups here, my feeling is that, to me, this is like, let's just say this is the energy of shock. And there's like a shock wave that's kind of happening in your life right now. Like, when you ding a really big, one of those big like Tibetan bell things, and it kind of goes, like over here with the Queen of Cups, my feeling is that you get put in a situation where like, wow, this is so cool. It's actually happening. There's a loving thing going on here. We probably wouldn't be moving in together unless we had some sort of deep affection for each other and had a chance for this working. It's a little bit weird that it's happening in ways that we couldn't have exactly planned, and it might be like out of sync with the way that, Taylor Cruz would have liked things to happen. On the other hand, it's like, if this is how it is, then this is how it is. I will deal with it in a very regal, very, very majestic manner, just as if, like, I don't know, you were one of those, like, celebrity monarchy people, and other people are watching you. Friends and families are watching you, and so they're seeing this play out. This isn't just happening between you, the boyfriend, and the stepmother. There's other people involved, and the way that you carry yourself is very, very important. In other words, you're realizing like, wow, okay, so I now have to carry myself forward on the understanding that this is actually what I want. This is what I wished for, and now it's here. And let's admit that I would not necessarily have planned it this way, but I am going to conduct myself in a very loving, regal, very respectful manner, very self-respectful as well. In other words, my feeling here is the situation is that deep, deep down in your soul, you realize that like this is how it is. Well, if this is how it is, then this is how it's going to be. I am going to be all of that. I'm going to still, even though I might be suffering shockwaves, I am still going to be the most awesome Taylor Cruz that exists on the planet Earth. Okay, and it's almost like I'm going to be a star anyway. And this is it's like you're doing the right thing in the right way at the right time, according to self-respect, according to dignity, and what would be the most loving thing to do. In other words, there's no point in getting upset or angry about like how the stepmother has treated the boyfriend and so on. And instead, the important thing right now is that you're maintaining your sovereignty, your really, really super high frequency loving self energy, and not taking anything personally, and instead looking for the way to put the best spin on this and taking it and really, really taking this in your stride despite the shock. Okay, now what's the problems here? Look, Taylor, we got another queen here. It's Queen of Wands. Okay, this is gonna sound really weird, Taylor. But what I'm sensing here is that there's this oh my God moment. This is like, oh, okay, this is what we've been talking about. Like we're boyfriend and girlfriend. We might have been thought about, let's, maybe we should get a place together and all of that. And now it's actually happening. It's almost like this. I can't. I'm gonna have to do some more acting. I'm sorry, Taylor. I'm gonna have to do some more acting as though I am Taylor Cruz. So please bear with me. Sorry, Taylor. Please pretend that I'm Taylor Cruz, okay? I have no idea what you look like, but let's just say you're just absolutely gorgeous and super desirable, and you have a very big loving heart, and you have a very, very sweet golden aura. And then this stuff is happening, and then it's almost like paparazzi energy. That's what I'm feeling. It's almost like paparazzi, as though like you're just living your life, There's you, there's the boyfriend, and now all of a sudden, shock, he's getting booted out, so you've decided, well, we're just going to have to get an apartment together. And then all of a sudden, there's all these paparazzi around you, kind of going like, and it's just like, wait a minute, this is really happening. It's almost like Taylor's moving in with her boyfriend. Did you hear Taylor's moving in with her boyfriend? Did you hear that? The stepmother kicked the boyfriend out, and so they're going to have to move in together anyway? Does that mean she loves him or not? And it just turns into this like whole thing, and then you realize like, wait a minute. So you come back. I'm going back to being Taylor now, Taylor Cruz. Like, so it means like, you're having to maintain your regal, very bright, loving aura energy under the glare of perhaps other people's opinion or scrutiny or fate, to the point where you're almost seeing a reflection of yourself in your world around you. Like, well, this is what I asked for. And there's an old saying like, oh, be careful of what you wish for. Because you might just get it, and now you've got it. It's almost like, oh my God, this is happening. And so with the Queen of Wands, when I see that, is like, it's almost like, gulp. Like, how am I supposed to maintain my sovereignty, myself, my natural demeanor, my natural Queen of Cups demeanor, when I'm in a state of shock and this thing is actually happening? I hope that makes sense. It's just like, when you, like those celebrity monarchies, when they get caught by the paparazzi and they're like get away, like leave us alone, get out, leave us away. It's like, but you can't do it. You still have to be the person who lives in the light. Like, you can't escape from it. That's what happens when you're royalty. That's what happens when you have a very big, loving aura. It attracts the attention. You can't help it, and then you have to start getting used to that. You might not be used to living with that. You might not be used to living with Queen of Cups energy, and so the other part of you, Queen of Wands energy, is in deep doubt. Like, oh my God. Like, it's great to be Queen of Cups energy, but it sucks to be Queen of Cups energy when people are like, ooh. Well, and they're, okay. I hope this makes sense, okay? I hope this makes sense, Taylor. But anyway, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it very vividly. All right, let's get back. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. Three of Swords. Okay, so when I say don't be scared, okay, I know what you're going to freak out when you see this, okay? You're going to freak out, but don't freak out, okay? Okay, the way I'm seeing, the way to handle this situation is like if there is any kind of sense of shock and awe and disorientation about whether this is going to work out or not, the way to handle it is understand that you might be absolutely terrified that things might not work out. Because to me this energy is really sweet and rich and strong. And that would, to me, this feels like sort of like your aura. And then the possibility of the doubts that things might not work out, just imagine the shock, like if it didn't work out. And so the healthy way to go forward is to understand and accept that, yes, for everybody, there's always the possibility that things don't work out. And things could get screwed over and messed up by a third party or a third individual. Or that, oh my God, it could go all wrong. My feeling is to be really, really honest and true and open with yourself that, yes, when you're facing such a situation, there's a massive potential for intense pain and suffering if things go wrong. And it's better to understand that and know that now rather than pretend like everything's wonderful all the time and it's just going to be perfect forever and ever. That's just incredibly naive. So that's not allowed here. You're not allowed to do that. To me, it feels like there's a bit of a unscheduled, unplanned kind of vibe energy going over here. And so that in order for you to carry on, I think it's really important to acknowledge to the self that, there could be anything and everything that could go wrong, okay, when you don't know that yet. And just be prepared for like external influences that could hijack or undermine or destroy or completely like come out of nowhere like a surprise and screw things up. And so it's better to be aware now. In other words, like be very, very mature with yourself, being very, very, very honest and true with your energy, understanding this energy of very, very strong female aura energy, the loving energy and the passion and everything like that. And that certain events are happening that are out of your control. You might have wished to move in together. He might have wished to move in together. And the fact that he's being booted out, and that's acting as a catalyst to move in together, and you've set a date together, that's fine, and that's great. But my feeling here is to understand that you are vulnerable, and that you haven't moved in yet. So be prepared for more shock, more bizarre events that could happen that are unpredictable right now, which might feel painful, but it's not the end of the world. All I'm suggesting here is keep your heart and mind and body and soul open for the potential of knowing that you could be hurt down the road or it could not work out. But again, there's still reasons, okay? So it's like, to me it feels like there's a lot riding on this. But with the Hanged Man here, to me it feels like anything could happen at any time, at any moment, in a way that's surprising, that you can't possibly predict. So the important thing is to maintain your integrity. Just keep on being Taylor Cruz. Understand that this might be a really good, sweet, fun thing for both of you guys, and that you're coming in with absolutely the best of intentions, with the highest levels and frequencies of intentions and good and love and passion, everything that's work. But there are still hints of instability that's out there surrounding the situation over which you have no control. And there's no point in setting yourself up or trying to manipulate or change things that are out of your control. So it goes back to kind of like the serenity prayer. Let me see if I can do it, okay? Okay, let me do this one. I'm not an alcoholic or anything, but I know they have this prayer because I know some friends who do it, and I visited the AA place, but it goes like this. It's the Serenity Prayer. Let's see if I can remember it. Dear Heaven, dear God, dear angels, please give me the strength to accept the things that I can't control. Please give me the courage to control the things that I can, and please give me the humility to be able to tell the difference. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot of that going on here. Okay, and it's almost like the energy of shock and awe. You're still Taylor Cruz, no matter what, okay? No matter what. No matter what the stepmother does, no matter what the boyfriend does, no matter what the Capricorn energy does, you're still Taylor Cruz, okay? You will continue to be, like that whole Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands energy combined together. It's like, to me, it makes me feel like you're indestructible. And yes, there might be something completely unpredictable that happens so that things don't work out, but it's not the end of the world because you're still Taylor Cruz, and then something else will happen, okay? But right now, with that Hanged Man energy there, my feeling is that there are a lot of like shocking, unpredictable things that are still surrounding this whole situation. So no matter your best of intentions, no matter his best of intentions, there's still a possibility for upheavals that are going to be disorienting. And all I'm suggesting right now is to prepare yourself so that you aren't devastated. In other words, be aware now that yes, things, shit can happen. You might end up crushed, but it doesn't mean your soul is crushed. You might be hurt. But it doesn't matter. I mean, you keep going anyway, and you might have to live through something. Like the Three of Swords there, to me it feels like it's just being aware that you're very vulnerable right now, okay? Because you don't know the outcomes yet. Even if you've put money down on a lease or whatever, who knows what's going to happen. So please stay open. The most important thing is to maintain your sovereignty of self. Keep into the Taylor Cruz energy, okay? Stay there. That's the most. Love thyself. Love thyself. Love thyself. Let other people make their mistakes. Let other people do what they do. If he falls apart, if the stepmom goes berserk, whatever, you're still Taylor Cruz, okay? Okay? And you can handle anything, okay? All right. So let's leave it at that. It's kind of an open-ended thing there, okay? We can follow up, okay? We've got plenty of time. We're in middle of March. You've got another month, apparently, till the move-in date. So don't worry. We can do this again, all right? Thanks, Taylor. Okay, let's get back to the stage here. All right, I think, gosh, that's it. I don't think we have any more. It's been a very, very quiet evening. Don't have any more Super Chat guests, but we did get a booking with Joanna. I'm so pleased with myself. I am so pleased with myself. Yes. This is very, very cool. Thank you very, very much. So I'm going to shuffle it up. Give me a second here. I want to clear the deck. To me, it feels like it's been a very strange evening, having a very small number of very kind of long, intriguing, puzzling readings. Taylor, basically, from what I can tell here, you're awesome, okay? It's almost like you're indestructible. And there's very, very, very big, big heart energy. And no matter what happens with these people, these situations, okay? Look at all the notes. Hey, Taylor, can you see all the notes coming in? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. There's a lot of girl power here tonight, people. Seriously, Taylor? Like, when you add the women who are here tonight, this is serious, heavy-duty girl power night. Yeah. Oh, my God. I have no idea why it's happening on the Terra Lumination channel, but it is. We've got some serious monster heavy-duty girl power here hanging out on this channel. I'm really glad to be kind of like a portal for this thing, like a little platform, you know, and that we can actually do this. It's kind of cool. You know what? I'm going to play the Hey Ho song. Because that's like a serious girl power song. It's serious girl power. And that's the sort of song where I actually wish I had boobs and, you know, proper all the gear, and I could actually strut, and I could actually, you know, be the girl pop star. But sadly, I can't do that. Okay? Okay? Oh my God. Oh, Gabby. Gabby. Oh my God. Oh my God. Taylor, there has been a massive outpouring of girl power energy here tonight. I think it's a question of recognition. It's like you, Taylor, represent serious girl power, and you're hanging out with other serious women who represent heavy-duty girl power. And it's just like they're sharing with you. So I didn't write all those notes. All that stuff that's coming out there on the screen, all those little tips and everything, I didn't write that. That's your girl power crew. That's your crew, okay? So just like, wasn't me. It's them. It's them, okay? So that's I'm exercising my disclaimer clause right now. I'm exercising my my right to tell viewers and readers and buyers of readings that, you know, tarot readings are subjective. You still have to make the decisions, okay? Okay. Sorry, I'm starting to blush right now. I can feel myself going very, very pink. I think this is the time where I'm going to play the Hey Ho song and quietly disappear into the background for a few minutes. Okay, hold on. Hey Ho. And it goes like this.
One of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off. I slept through my alarm. I missed the bus to night school. My stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Hey, cactus on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm so pure and acting all demure is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Hey, I'm gonna go out tonight. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. Hey, there's nothing I'd rather do. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Hey, we're gonna go out tonight. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. Hey, there's nothing I'd rather do. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Whoa. Whoa. Phew. Heavy duty. Heavy duty, heavy duty. All right, let's go check in a minute over here. What a crazy, weird evening. Well, again, that doesn't surprise me. We got all this stuff going on. I'm just going to check the charts one more down to the few minutes. Give me a second here, because we're getting very close to the moment where the moon is going to move. Yeah. I think it's later tonight or tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world. The moon is going to be into Capricorn, and that's when things are going to get, that's when all this energy is going to get really serious, okay? Just so that you know. And again, so, yeah, okay. So this has been the major theme energy of the evening, and it's still impacting us right now. It's going to impact us all for the next week or 10 days or so, and it's going to reach a real peak, a real crescendo. We still have the eclipses coming up in July, and let's see, March, April, May, June. We've got some more eclipses, I think, coming in with the Gemini and Sagittarius stuff. Let's see, June. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so this energy is so strong right now that I think it put a lot of pressure on the channel, a lot of pressure on the readings in ways that I'm not used to. So I ended up kind of going way out on the fringes there. I hope you don't mind, okay? Anyway, we're going to wrap it up now. I had a kind of a fun, little bit of a quirky, weird, different type of evening. Really appreciate all the donations for the super chats. It's wonderful. Thank you very, very much. And Joanna, I know you've probably left already, but Joanna, I saw the notes there. It came in on the computer, so I'll follow up with you soon. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, yeah. Style, baby. Style. This is how we do this stuff. Okay. So let's have a think. Anybody else got any other issues? Is there any last person desperate out there, a newbie, or is there anyone who's got $10 left and they want, I can handle one more, otherwise if not, if I don't see something in the next couple seconds, I'm going to move on and say have a good night to everybody and wish you all a wonderful week ahead. When we get to March, when we get to March 17th, okay? Let's see, the 16th. So it's like, we're very, very close. We're going to head into heavy Capricorn energy. And on the 24th, which I think is about a week later, Mars is going to conjoin Pluto. So don't take my word for it, but the way I look at it, it's war. It's human beings, especially in the United States, behaving as though we are in a war. This is what people do when they're in a war. We're not necessarily the combatants. The combatants are the people in the markets who are like doing currency warfare in the financial markets, but the population is behaving as though we are in a war, okay? And okay, and So it's going to be an incredible reality check, incredible learning experience for the United States, and it's going to affect global markets everywhere. It's going to affect everybody on the planet. Everybody on the planet, no matter how far you are away, you're going to be well, there might be some people way out in the mountains in Ecuador or down in Patagonia, or I don't know, perhaps in parts of the Kazakhstans or something where they're not going to feel all this too much. I don't really know, but for anyone who's heavily dialed into the economy, then we're going to all feel it, okay? So let's wrap it up. I'm going to call it quits, people. I'm going to put on a little farewell, a little happy tune, if you don't mind. And I'm going to play Because I Care. Because I Care. And Nikki's here. And Nikki was very, let's say, vocal. And, like, building up, like, I think, things that needed to be said. Stuff that had to be said on the channel. So I'm really grateful, Nikki. And I'm going to play a song because it's called Because I Care. I wrote it for my mom when she was like... And so it starts off all kind of sad and slow, but then it turns into exactly the same song again, but it turns into a party, okay? It's called Because I Care. And so I hope you all join me in the groove here. And see you all soon, okay? Let's have a look. Let's see if it works. I'm not quite sure. Hold on.
Let's dissolve our pain and get out of danger. Heal all the wounds and cure all the anger. I'll be the doctor, you be the patient. Here is your medicine, I'll help you take it. No, it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. It wipes out the fear and makes you live longer. It's not a lotion, it's no magic potion. It's just a dose of love in the moment. I'll watch you while you're lying there, while your eyes are closed and your heart is bare. Perfectly still, but still aware. And I'm right here because I care, because I care. Holding your hand, I know you can feel me. I'll talk in a whisper, I know you can hear me. When you awaken, when we are conscious, totally healed and cured, just watch this. No more weeping, no more sadness. Gone is the fighting, gone is the madness. We can choose to become alive, or just disappear, or become survivors.